Hello, hello, hi guys. Welcome back to the Football Showdown channel. We are back with another stream. Why so much energy? Well, because I am at home. We are spending close to $10 on this stream, and best thing is that I'm at home in my own comfort where I can scream, do whatever I want, right? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. We have hit 600 subscribers. We are on the way to hit 700 and hopefully 1,000 before the season ends. Why? Because I plan to do giveaway with jerseys. It could be Arsenal, it could be Madrid, it could be United. It doesn't matter as long as you guys are subscribed and part of that lottery. We will definitely get that thing done on live stream so that there is nothing fake or nothing playing around with that. With that, what do we say? Not playing with the people's emotions, right? But yeah, today we are going to talk about some of the important things that are happening around the Arsenal bubble, and then we'll definitely talk about the football that is happening around the world as well. And to help me uh, make this stream a better one, let's call upon the panelists, Aarush, Parth, and Salman. How are you guys?
Hi.
Good.
Ah, whoa! You just guys just went like black. What happened? No energy, no nothing. Why? Because like suddenly I feel too loud for all the people out there.
No.
No, we're just
Hmm.
Again,
Energy
happy for
levels.
it's
Liverpool.
time to keep things low key.
Okay, it's time to keep things low key. I wonder why. Is it because a certain team is winning the Premier League, or is it because of certain things that are happening around the Arsenal bubble? We never know. But yeah, this is surprising. We already have three comments from the concurrent viewers. Hey Keshav, how are you? An
Hey,
Arsenal and SRH fan. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. SRH are doing well. Arsenal are doing well for now. We should.
SRH are doing well.
We,
SR,
we are not rock bottom, bro. That is the best thing possible. But yeah,
Yeah, rock bottom.
no,
Ninth,
we are not.
not rock bottom.
Exactly. You guys are 10th, we are 10th. There's a big difference. There's stark difference between ninth and 10th. But yeah, welcome, Keshav. I hope you are subscribed to the channel and I hope you are there for the long run. Arsenal Retro Dilwado.
He's
Okay,
asking
as
for the
in,
retro
retro
jersey in
his
the giveaway.
sure, definitely. That time, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, will I do one, two, or three jersey giveaways? We'll look at that time, but definitely, if that happens, I will do the giveaway. That is not a fake promise. That is a promise from me. Yeah, definitely. Uh, to all the four concurrent viewers, I hope you guys are having a great day. It's almost, I mean, it's weekend time. Welcome to the stream and yeah, enjoy with whatever we are saying and get involved in the comment section as well. If you guys are new here, keep subscribing as we're trying to hit the 700 subscribers mark and keep liking as well. We're trying to hit the 15 likes target and beyond if possible. Uh, Welcome, Ball Knowledge. How are you? What insane takes do you have for us today? Because the last two, three streams that you were part of the chat, you did put out some some interesting takes, which sort of took the stream beyond its intended path. So yeah, welcome to the stream. But yeah, let's talk about the octopus in the room, like how Arush said. Uh, Thomas Partey, renew or let go? A lot of commotion around this player, but let me just establish for a fact that let's keep this breakdown purely on footballing terms. What is happening beyond football is not yet confirmed nor put out on paper that this is the situation. As long as it's allegation, let's not assume and like talk about some things which are not sure, right? Yeah. Okay, let's keep it strictly football. I hope people in the concurrent viewers are also listening. And yeah, uh, what do you guys think? Let's just talk from our own perspective, and then we'll bring in like stats, numbers, and all that stuff. Cool. Yeah,
nice.
I removed myself. Yeah, Thomas Partey at Arsenal. His contract is expiring 2025. That is after this summer is almost done. Should Arsenal sign him for another 2 years? Like presently, the The offer is 1 year,
One
and
plus
then an
one.
extension one more year, and he will be given better wages. That is also the talk right now, at least from what Fabrizio has said. The structure might be different, but he will definitely earn a lot more than what he is presently earning.
No, no, no. That's
Thoughts?
not what he
No,
said.
No,
no.
He
No?
said the current deal, whatever is there, it will be
Hmm.
structured differently, but it won't
Yeah.
increase.
yeah.
That's what he said.
Are
So
you
you
dead
can,
sure about it though?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
imagine like a wage
Hmm.
percent cut, but some
Hmm.
add-ons being better, like
Performance
say
add-on.
appearances, yeah, performance appearances, all those stuff
Okay.
can be included.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah, it's up to him now to accept it. Yeah,
Cool, cool. Before we get into more into it, let me just bring out his salary cap situation. What it per week I mean, we do not know how far this is true, but as per the website Capology, apparently it's very trusted. They say
yep,
that he's earning 232, roughly 233K per week, which is annually 12 million a year. Um, so what? He's been here for almost 5 years. That's roughly 60 million.
Yeah.
mm,
You know, 60 million.
Yeah.
And he has been very injury prone. He's been missing in very crucial games. We'll come into those stats, but uh, what do you guys think about it from just what's your first reaction when you got the news that okay, Arsenal might sign him or might renew him for like 1+1? What are your honest reactions?
Like,
Arush.
who's going
oh
first?
mine. Um, so my initial thoughts, I'd seen this coming because of the amount
Hmm,
of talk that was going on with the contract renewals in terms of at least Partey, because
hmm,
Jorginho is said to be already gone to
hmm.
whatever Brazilian club that he's signing for. So
Right.
what I expected was a plus one contract,
Hmm,
and I didn't expect a plus one.
hmm,
So which actually gives us some more room, to actually decide whether to keep him after another season or actually go to sell him or stuff like that,
hmm,
whatever it is
hmm,
on a free. So
hmm,
in my personal opinion, I think for the season he's had, he deserves a contract. But like we just saw, 60 million in the 5 years he's had, he's not been the player who's given his all for the club, especially with the injuries that he's had throughout
hmm,
the 5 seasons that he's been here. So I understand people would actually oppose it, but I have my own reasons as to why I would manage to keep him for the following season.
hmm,
And if, like I said, even when the news came out, if the wage structure is better, I'm willing to keep him. But
okay.
if he wants increased wages, I don't
Hmm,
think a 31-year-old or a 32-year-old in the coming season requires even a 240 plus wages to hold the bench. So
true. Hmm,
as important as he would be as a rotation option in the squad and playing
hmm,
multiple roles that he has been playing this season as well, I
hmm,
don't think the wages would do justice to the amount of games he would play.
hmm,
So
hmm.
that's my first opinion on this.
Fair enough. Salu?
Yeah, I kind of like liken it to the Jaka situation. I think when we were
Hmm,
losing Jaka and
hmm,
Arteta, I think Arteta kind of realized maybe he let Jaka go a bit too early. Like he
hmm,
would have ideally kept Jaka for one more season and like made the transition a bit more easier, especially
hmm,
for Havertz. In a way, Havertz luckily has still played well enough, but it would have helped Havertz to learn the role for a bit more time. So I think maybe keeping Partey, if the true reports about Zubimendi coming in is true, I think
hmm,
that gives the protection to Zubimendi to embed into the team much better over
hmm,
time. And then
hmm,
if Partey plays really good, you might
hmm.
keep the option of keeping him for one more year, or then you just sell him off next summer.
True.
So,
Hmm,
I think it makes sense in many ways.
hmm,
I do get some of the what you say issues people have with it,
Yes.
because obviously we all know about his injury history, but
hmm,
I do think that if the club felt that he couldn't keep the current fitness, they wouldn't have given him a increased contract. So I do think they must have seen something like which is
hmm,
suggesting that he might have some improved injury record. So um, all in all, I think I said it like last 2 3 streams ago that I personally feel just for squad continuity it makes full
hmm.
sense to keep him,
Ah,
because I
hmm,
feel that midfield is such a we talk about defense having chemistry. Even midfield requires so much chemistry, and
Hmm.
If you have like you put in Merino, we talk about him being really good, but he
Hmm.
hasn't so played too many games at midfield this season. Like for us, he has
Hmm.
mostly played as striker, and then you have if you add Zubimendi also to that, you're losing
Hmm.
Jorginho, who's a good like leader in the midfield, like if, even in
Hmm.
the back room. So
Hmm.
I think it makes sense to keep Partey. All in all,
Hmm.
I'm pretty happy with the decision.
Fair enough. Parth, will come to us, but we'll just take a few comments before that, okay? Uh, Bolognese Partey, it's time to go black. Time to go.
That's fair too.
Uh,
Mm.
huh?
It's fair. Like if you feel he has to go, I don't think it's like yeah.
No,
No,
It's
no, I think here the reference is the AFTV
Yeah, I
guy.
know the obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
it's time to
Ainsley
go.
says, congratulations on, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, brother. I hope we grow to 701K soon. Uh, it's time to go. But the issue is both Jorginho and him leaving. Zubimendi is just one player in. We need another midfielder now. If MLS is pushed to midfield, new LB is needed along with Cut. Absolutely.
fair.
Yeah, I think this specific point is what is going to divide most of the fan base, in my opinion, right? We'll come to this. We'll definitely is a good talking point there. Seeing how well MLS is at left back, I wouldn't
Exactly.
fair.
Yeah.
Fair. I
He's
think the
given both arguments.
ha. Well done. Uh, Dushyant bro, how are you? Wait, that's Dushyant already. Let's talk. Yeah, that's him. Welcome. We are here. Keshav says party 1+1 way to go. Uh
That's
yeah,
fair.
it almost feels like remember like how Jorginho was signed and he was given an extension like that. I think it's something like that. Or like how Salu said it was the Xhaka kind of situation. Kinda good, kinda shit. Agreed. That was my reaction. Absolutely. Uh Hello to all the
Oh,
hey,
oh, oh.
hello Gary. It's been a while. It's been a while. We didn't see. Did you see him last week, or was it towards
No,
the
no,
end?
no.
I forgot.
He
He
wasn't.
wasn't
He
there
was.
last time. Yeah, yeah. I hope you're doing well, Gary. Yeah. And I saw your Madrid game. Nice. Yeah, and I'm keeping
Did you
track of the La Liga situation
see the
because.
video today which came? The referee in La Liga started crying.
Yeah,
Real
yeah.
Madrid
Uh,
I saw that interview.
it was so
yep,
sad.
yep, yep.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Hmm. Prathamesh, yeah,
Hey,
one day to
hey,
go.
hey.
Yes, we are very well aware of it. Congratulations. Uh, yeah. Well, whatever happens, we can definitely blame a lot of situation, but there were games where
Very
Arsenal
well
could have
deserved.
won. Yeah,
They deserved it,
mm,
100%.
there were games that we should have done well, and maybe the point difference should have been reduced. But yeah, it is what it is. Can't completely blame only on injuries or the referees, right? There were
Been
games
the
where,
they've
yeah.
been the best team in the league this season. Fair enough. They
Mm-hmm.
deserve the title.
Mm-hmm. Keshav Mara. Yes,
My
sir.
game.
What? What?
Man, MI man. Ever since we stopped talking about IPL, they've gone on a winning run. It's happening.
Time to talk about MI. I
Time
can't
to
with
talk about
MI.
MI.
Can't with
Time to
MI.
talk about MI.
Uh, Real Madrid wants to now.
Yeah,
Madrid wants to change it.
just because he cried, they want to change the refs now for the penalty.
Mm-hmm. Uh, Keshav, एक और गेम है केशव. Yeah, well. पार्टे को कितना raise मिल we don't hope. I mean, we hope that he doesn't get a raise. That is all I'm saying. If he gets a raise, well, we are screwed in all terms because, yeah, you know what? There's a lot to talk about. We'll come one by one. Regarding this point, right? Yeah, Parth, what's your like thoughts on this one?
Uh, the points that Aarush and Salman made were spot on.
Mm,
When it comes to making sense of Partey staying, for me, it would
mm,
just be for squad depth because this season has been riddled with injuries in every
mm,
part of our team. And
right.
next season onwards, it isn't going to get better. So
Mm,
what's best is that you don't spoil the team harmony when it comes to the
mm,
play style and
mm,
get in new players, let them settle in because
mm,
again that was a very good point that Salman made about Xhaka leaving
mm,
and we didn't have a direct Xhaka replacement. One
mm,
can have an argument that we let go of the role that Xhaka used to play, but
mm,
yeah, that's another point. But the point
true.
being, we need to have squad depth. We've got
Mm,
Rice who can play as the six, but I know that he'll predominantly play as the eight next
Eight.
season.
Hmm. Hmm.
We need Merino who will play as the eight and
Hmm.
centre forward occasionally. I don't see that happening often, but okay, we can consider Merino being the LCM. Then we've
Hmm.
got Partey and Subimendi. Both would be CDMs, but they are CDMs of a different kind, which helps
Hmm.
us. And
True.
uh, when it comes to the RCM position, yeah, we can have a long discussion about Odegaard, but yeah,
Hmm.
that's for some other day. But
Hmm.
1+1 with a restructured wage, with restructured wages, I mean, it's fine, man. And the club wouldn't have taken a step like this had it
Hmm.
known that Partey won't be able to continue. And if we aren't expecting him to play like what 50 games a season,
Hmm.
if he's to play 20-25 games, it's fine.
So, to all the 10 concurrent viewers, keep liking this stream. Thank you for being here, and yeah, do keep supporting. And coming back to the point that you were talking about, right? Um, There's a certain commotion that Arsenal have us a war chest to invest in the summer. But we've been told regarding this last summer, we've been told about this even the previous summer. Fair enough. The previous summer, we've invested in Rice, Havertz, Timber. We honestly invested a lot. Last summer, we definitely needed a midfield reinforcement or at least a striker's reinforcement, right? Both of them didn't happen. Did we do anything about that in the winter? Definitely not. Because had we done something in the winter, we would be much closer in terms of the points table, or we would be in a much comfortable situation when trying to face UCL teams as well. But coming to this summer, right, the fact that Jorginho has already started his contract talks with other clubs and it's not yet confirmed. There are still there's enough like talks saying that he might not even go and he might renew with Arsenal for one more year. We do not know. But the question is, would you want Jorginho or would you want Partey in your team? I agree that Jorginho brings in a lot of leadership qualities to the team because you've seen him do being that sideline manager when Arteta is in the box and these guys warming on the other side. I get all of that, but I think our team has a lot of leaders on the pitch, but we need to start having squad depth who will start impacting the game, right?
Yeah,
Because okay, I agree. 2 years back that we lacked a lot of leaders on the pitch, and that's why having a Jorginho or a Xhaka on the bench would have been good, or an El Neni as well for that dressing room ka morale. I get all of that, but I think from now on, whoever we are signing needs to be someone who can impact off the bench as well, because we have enough leaders on the pitch screaming, giving an earful. We have seen that against Madrid when Partey got a yellow card as well. We've seen when Saka missed a penalty, we had Odegaard going and reassuring the star boy. So that is all done. So the question, in my opinion, is like if okay, we were to renew either Jorginho or Partey, who would it be? Right? I think Partey would have been the better choice going as per this season, because I've seen his numbers. He has played the most number of games this season, 47 games. His previous best was 40 in an Arsenal jersey. That came 2 seasons back, not last season, 2 seasons back, right? Though he played 40 games 2 seasons back, his minutes were very less. He used to get subbed off or he used to come on. This season, he's played the most number of minutes as well. So would you
and in
want
two different positions as well.
two different positions as well, fullback and midfield. Midfield also in two different positions, depending on who his partner is, right? So it is not as simple as saying that, oh, we need to let go of Jorginho and we can keep Partey, or we can let go of Partey and keep Jorginho. The question is, who would you rather have as a bench option, assuming that we bring in a Zubimendi and we are evolving that midfield to
Yeah.
play for the future, right? So yeah, do let us know in the comment section as well what you guys think, and yeah, that's a question for the panel. What do you guys think?
Hmm. Honestly, yeah, as you said, we need more impactful players, and Partey plays
Hmm.
right back and midfield, and
Hmm.
uh, and he does, like, I like Jorginho a lot from,
Hmm.
like, even from when we signed him, but we know that his age is catching up with him, and he can only play
Hmm.
a certain type of games now. Like, he
Hmm.
cannot
Hmm.
play the transition game. He can only play the games where we are completely dominant on the ball. So,
Right.
so yeah, I think it makes sense in that way to keep Partey.
Hmm.
So yeah, and also one more thing I would like to say that uh, it's like signing Partey also sends a good message to the squad, like in a way that um if you do well in a season, we will reward you. Because
Okay.
if you see Partey this season,
Mm,
he has
mm,
been very good. And to
mm,
say that, to say like, just go after this season and not have any kind of talks with him would kind of be, like, I would say,
mm,
if I was a player in the dressing room, I would say, then what's
mm,
the point? Like, you are playing
mm.
good and not rewarded with your due. So I think that
Okay.
makes sense in a way to keep him. So yeah, I think.
Wait. Actually, to counter that point, right? Do you honestly think what, he's been here since 2021? No, 2020 season. That's when he came. 5 years, one proper season you're having, and you're telling me that Arsenal should be renewing a contract for such a player because he performed for 1 year. I guess Xhaka did for like 2.5 years before he was given that extension,
But
right?
yeah, I for that I would say that players
Mm,
are very sympathetic to other players when it comes to injuries. Yeah, when it
mm,
comes to injuries, they understand how difficult. Like for fans, it's easy to for us to say, "Oh, he's
mm,
injured all the time, sell him off." But for players, they are very aware of that fact, very hyper
mm,
aware of that fact that how
mm,
much. Because, and if you see Partey, the kind of player and the kind of camaraderie has in the dressing room, like all the
mm,
players rate him very highly, like,
mm.
and they know how good he is.
True.
So I do think they are aware that his injury issues, and I do think that his
Mm,
injury issues were mishandled by us in some ways. Like,
true. Huh.
like if you see, since we got the new medical staff in,
Mm,
he has been less injured than before.
mm, mm.
So I do think that there are some other factors other than that. So I think, yeah, I do think that if I had to keep, I'd keep Partey over Georgie.
Fair enough. Fair enough. This time I'll go with Parth. Thoughts?
I was of the opinion that we should be renewing Jorginho, and it was purely based on Partey and his weaknesses. And
Mm,
when he was one of the main reasons that we were losing games or dropping points, because
mm,
there was a stretch last season. There
mm,
was, I won't say a stretch, but there were some games where you could see that he's a liability. But ever
mm,
since having, I think his last poor performance was against Villa, where we drew 2-2 with
mm,
them, and he was
mm.
responsible for both the goals.
True.
But then again, the kind of football that he brings to the team, being the
Mm,
lone pivot, being the lone pivot, being the
mm,
lone six, it makes a big difference. Because again, can Jorginho do that? Yes, he can, but he can't do it to that extent. And again, he's a completely different kind of a defensive midfielder.
mm,
So
mm,
if you look at the way we play right now, it makes more sense to renew Thomas Partey, because
mm,
if he is renewed, we bring in Subimendi, and Subimendi is more of the Jorginho role,
mm,
which
mm.
would again make sense. But as it's if we are to just consider the footballing aspect of things, yeah, Thomas Partey renewal of Thomas Partey makes more sense than Jorginho's.
Thanks. Arush?
What I'd like to say first is I think the fact that we knew we are pursuing Zubimendi since last summer is the
Mm,
reason why we are so open to even letting go of Jorginho. See,
mm,
I was one of those guys who would want Jorginho to stay more than Partey. But knowing
mm,
the fact that Jorginho's mind was already set to leave,
mm,
and also for
mm,
a fact that we've seen him lose his legs this season, he's not been the
mm.
player that he was last season.
Yeah.
You see the
True.
games he put up in, like the two-off games against Bayern, the games against Porto and
Mm,
stuff like that. I
mm,
think he
mm,
was
mm,
very good. He broke the lines. He did very good in the UCL in particular last season.
Yeah.
mm,
So I
mm.
think considering that did he get a contract this season or was he
No,
continued?
Yeah, it was a
He was
1 year
continued, right?
extension, right? Yeah, it was a one year
Exactly. He
extension.
had a
extension, if I'm
contract.
They
not.
got
Yeah.
the extension. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so considering all these factors, I agree as to how things panned out for Jorginho. But I think
Mm,
in terms of the dead rubber, like how we used to play with El Neni and stuff like that, I
mm,
think Jorginho has more scope to actually go somewhere else and play football than the
mm.
situation that we used to be back in the days. So I
Fair
think
enough. Yeah.
keeping Partey makes sense in
Mm,
the pursuit of Zubimendi because, again,
mm,
like Parth said, Zubimendi is a completely different player to Partey, and he's very similar
mm,
to Jorginho as well.
Yeah.
And it,
mm.
it just puts you in the same place as to why you're keeping two of the same players.
Right.
And that's just if that happened, I would have called out the club to say that is wasted funds.
Mm,
Because if you're giving Jorginho another contract, hefty wages, that doesn't make sense. But keeping
mm,
Partey makes sense for the reasons as to how he has managed to actually do better on his weaknesses this season.
mm,
Everyone actually said that since injury, his legs have gone. I think his
mm.
legs haven't gone as much as people say it has. He has done
Okay.
quite well in keeping
Mm,
in running through transitions. Yeah, some
mm,
situation he acts brain dead where he
mm,
doesn't actually defend, go on to
mm,
defend some.
mm,
Um, I remember I saw a video today only of some team scoring. I think it was Joao Pedro scoring goal, a shot saved by Raya, where Partey could have actually tracked back and just
Yeah,
cleared the
yeah,
ball
yeah.
uh,
off, but
uh,
he
uh,
decided to just stay at the halfway line, chill, take a
uh,
seat,
Yeah.
look at the goal. So I think some things like that are it's fair enough to be critical of why Partey is given the contract, and also
mm,
for a fact that apart from injuries, like Salman said, players really
mm,
sympathize with injuries because
mm,
it's like you're going for a job and then you can't go for a job for a particular thing that you have, and that is the
mm,
same thing with footballers as well. And
mm,
he was Mikel Arteta's first signing, if I'm not wrong. So the
Yeah.
emotional
mm.
connect
First
that
big
was there,
signing. First big
yeah,
signing.
the
Yes.
emotional connect that was there is surely seen. You can see as to why people say uh, Mikel Arteta basically has Partey's number, stuff like that. So we really
Uh,
understand as to why Partey is being desired because as
mm,
much as I agree he's been injured in the previous 4 seasons that he's there, the times that
mm.
he's played, he's acted as the best midfielder in the club, at least on a bare minimum. On a bare minimum. Not even
That
saying
is
world, not even
that is
putting up
the
anything.
thing. That is the thing. Like he's so good when he's there. When he's
Yeah,
not there,
exactly.
it's just like you're paying this guy this much and he's missing those many games. It's honestly like yeah.
Yeah, I
But
think the
with reduced
2022
minutes,
season, yeah,
yeah,
with
Mm,
reduced minutes, you can argue as to why you don't want to keep him. But even
mm,
with the minutes he got in the 2022 season, where he played the second most amount of minutes, I
yeah,
think
mm,
that season was his best season till date,
I
even
agree.
regardless of the season he's gotten this
mm,
season,
mm.
because of how good we were that season.
Huh,
And
Yeah,
having
true.
Zinchenko in the side, forming a pivot,
Mm,
Xhaka in front. So I think
mm,
that was like the perfect dynamic that we ran that season, considering
right.
we
right.
first got into inversions that season.
Mm,
So,
Yeah,
mm, mm,
okay, that injury list, I don't want to look at it, but considering considering on the sample size that we know of Partey, I think having Zubimendi, the idea of Zubimendi not adapting well to the Premier League, having
mm,
Partey to continue that role, because we know Zubimendi is not coming for a year or two, he's coming for a
mm.
longer contract.
yeah,
So
Exactly.
having him learn from Partey, having him
Mm,
adapt, because Partey is another player who's come from La Liga. He knows his shit from
mm,
Spain, who's come
mm,
here. He would be
mm.
very helpful for Zubimendi. So I think
Absolutely.
certain factors as to how you transition the tempo from La Liga to Premier League, stuff like that. And
Mm,
also for the fact that Partey is better in defending than Zubimendi is, and Zubimendi is
mm.
better in offensive play than
Oh,
Partey is. So
mm,
these things complement each other in a way that I think that it's
mm,
for a +1 contract, I think it's fine to actually have him. Not
mm.
anything on the non-footballing sides, but completely on the footballing sides, I'd have him at the club.
True, true.
so
I will take
we
yeah.
had this discussion in the last stream as to if Thomas Partey is this bad, why does
Mm,
Arteta start him every game? And
mm,
because he's extremely good in certain aspects which are
mm,
critical to the way we play, he
mm,
becomes indispensable to the team, and that is the
mm,
reason he starts most of the games.
mm,
Are there defensive flaws in his games? There are glaring weaknesses. We can't
mm,
argue about that. But
mm,
do we have players who can cover for him? We do have players, and
mm.
it's a trade off, and it is one I would take with Thomas Partey if I'm being really honest. Yeah.
Fair enough. We'll take in few comments. Let's talk Arsenal here. While Partey signing makes sense in terms of keeping a guy who knows the role and what Arteta wants, the negative is he's losing pace, loses markers, and then his injuries and off the pitch issues. But I
He
mean,
never had the last things for a start. The
uh,
problem,
uh, uh,
he's never been known for being sound. When it comes to keeping track of his marker or being
mm,
pacey. He never
See,
has.
Partey is
mm,
not the player who's there to give you the physical features in a
Yeah,
player.
exactly.
He is the
Yeah,
guy who functions on technical brilliance, spatial awareness, whatever. His man
mm,
marking and all, I wouldn't agree to what he didn't have it back in the days as well. He was
Exactly.
someone who was a monster in dueling, someone
Hmm.
who can actually physically dominate a player, get the
Hmm.
ball and play quick passes
Hmm.
offensively. That was
Hmm.
what he was always. And he was
Yes.
Hmm.
very composed through build-up because he's
Hmm.
always played in a single pivot, what you call as a six. So I
Hmm.
think
Six.
for
Pivot.
whatever
Hmm.
you have for his qualities, I think
Hmm.
yes, pace has deteriorated because of the injury, but
Hmm.
Yeah.
it's not like
He
he's
was
not
never space.
he can't run at all or something like that.
Hmm.
Like what
Hmm.
Jorginho
Hmm.
is, he's at least 2 to 3 times better than what Jorginho is
100%. I
currently.
agree.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
So
agree.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Sallu,
exactly
any,
what I
yeah.
talked about, right? This is
Hmm.
exactly what I just talked about. That his strengths outweigh his weaknesses.
Hmm. 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 Yeah. Sallu, anything you want to add to this or like the
I was
current?
saying
Yeah.
Partey's game was never about pace. About like,
Hmm.
and even if you see the way he like runs, it's not like very short burst pace. Like he runs very
Hmm.
like strides. He runs in strides. So
Okay.
it's not more like. So it's not more
It's
like his pace.
it's funny imagining him run, bro.
Yeah. So
Oh, it's
yeah.
like Rudiger running, man. My God.
So I think he's the kind of player that even if he loses a bit of pace, it's like it won't affect his game a lot.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's okay.
Prathamesh says, don't talk about MI, then we'll strictly talk. Uh, let's not forget there will be AFCON as well. So
So that's the reason we have
So we
Zubimendi.
hope that Ghana don't qualify. Exactly.
I'm
No, but even if there's AFCON, that's the reason where you can play a party till the mid season and then
uh,
get
And yeah,
Zubimendi
Yeah.
will get
hmm,
we
acclimated.
won't be dependent on Thomas Partey as that vital cog of our team, which
hmm.
we are right now, and which we were in 22-23. So
What
it's
We're
are
fine.
doing
what
till
are the
now.
odds? What are the odds that Partey starts the season being injured?
Uh,
It's
the
pretty.
fact
Okay.
that he hasn't been injured this
Okay.
season, it's a big
Yeah.
problem
Wait, man, I can't
possibility.
find wood to touch also. You wait. I found wood. Uh, will you sell Jesus or are you keeping him on?
Until his
Jesus is
ACL
always
gets
in the half,
split, he
bro.
won't be sold anyway. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Anyways, he's coming back in December. I don't think
yeah.
any club would take in a player in
we
that condition.
I
we
think
And
can't
there's
sell him.
I think
We
there's some
can't
legal
sell him.
clause. You can't sell an injured player or something. Yeah, there
And
must be
if,
something.
even if we were to
There's
sell,
no
who would
sane
buy
team
him?
who's gonna take him, bro. There's no
Yeah,
sane team
Who
who's gonna
would
take an
buy him?
injured player. Why
no, not just that.
are
Like
they gonna
Arsenal
increase their
are a
hospital
club
bills?
which no, Arsenal are a club that will like when they are injured and their contract is uh like
ending.
ending, they kind of renew for like what 1 year or something. That's what they did with El Neni as well, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
Yeah,
think yeah.
and he was there for vibes, man.
that's
No,
class.
till when's till when
I
is
think
Jesus' contract?
2027.
Seven,
When,
yeah.
it's a
Yeah, he
lot of
has
time.
another season. I think next
Mm-hmm.
summer he'll be
I
sold
think
out.
we already spoke
Considering we
about
get a
Jesus
striker
last
now.
stream that even if he
Yeah,
comes back having a fringe, as a fringe member is not bad. Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
True.
Imagine being loaded with players and having Gabriel Jesus as a fringe player.
Dude, it's better than having Sterling, so I'm
Yeah.
oh,
Striker was more upcoming season than this season. We
what?
didn't know Jesus will get injured long term yet again. What?
Okay, yeah. He's talking
Striker
about
Ah,
Okay,
was
makes
more.
summer.
sense.
Ah, okay, okay, okay. Haha. Fair enough. No, okay.
Winger was
See,
what we wanted.
I had to wanted
uh,
to say
yeah.
that I
hmm,
think Edu going was pretty evident from in the summer itself, from in the back room at least. That's why I don't think they went all out in the summer
Mm-hmm.
because they knew that they needed to get a new guy in and
hmm,
had to have his inputs. So
hmm,
Yeah.
I think it might there must be some semblance of to that we have more money to spend in the summer because
hmm,
I think in last summer we didn't spend over the top because of that reason.
hmm,
Because
Mm-hmm.
I think in winter, if you see, now we're hearing reports that Aston Villa offered us Ollie Watkins and we
ah,
could have signed Ollie Watkins. And
hmm,
we obviously had the money to buy him, but I think
hmm,
we just didn't because we wanted to help bring Berta in and
hmm,
then spend our money. So I think
hmm,
And
I think I think that's why we didn't spend money last this season.
if I'm not wrong,
hmm.
we spent close to 100 million last summer with like three key
Yeah, we
signings.
still spent, but yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't.
And we
Merino,
made profit
Calafiori,
as well.
ah,
Raya. Raya as well.
Raya. Oh yeah, Raya was yeah.
Yeah, I was
Raya
Was
was
it
the
So
first.
was
so
it a
pure
match?
profit we we made
Yeah,
quite
yeah, it
good
was a
profit
positive
last
cash flow.
season with the sales we had at least.
Smith
Yeah,
Rowe and Eddie, and those are pure profits, not like
Yeah.
other kinds of pure profits, right? So it makes sense. If we do buy two new midfielders, with one being Zubimendi, who would be the other one? Naipan has left it. By the way, Naipan is almost
Villa.
done. Was almost going to Villa, so that is done. Option with Rice playing both as a 6 and 8, depending on fitness, suspension, whatnot, or
See, there's no
Nave
need for an
or
Adam
what?
Wharton if Zubimendi is coming. It's either one of those
yeah,
type of players.
Hmm.
Bottom,
So
bottom will have
what
English.
we do is we target a player like Naipan, or
Hmm.
we don't sign anyone in midfield considering Partey is staying. So we have what? Merino, Rice, Havertz,
Hmm.
Partey, Waneri, Odegaard,
Yeah, that's enough there.
MLS. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's good enough depth.
True. So,
you know,
hmm.
there's
What? What?
much difficulty in finding a midfielder who would be willing to play second fiddle because all the
Hmm.
names that you're
Uh,
suggesting, and Adam Wharton would not come
hmm.
in to sit on
Hmm.
the bench. And
Hmm.
are there any good upcoming talents that we are linked to currently? No, which
Hmm.
suggests that we won't be buying two
I think
midfielders.
Adam Wharton will not come in. Will at least not be looking to move for 1 or 2 seasons. I think it makes perfect sense for him to develop at Palace, like how
Hmm.
Rice did at West Ham, and then move on.
Hmm.
It doesn't make
Hmm. Hmm.
sense to him to just immediately jump ship.
Also for
Fair.
fact, like not that we mentioned, but if we were actually looking for signing another extra runner or a ball carrier
Hmm.
from eight or something, I won't be surprised if we keep Fabio Vieira next season. And I
Yeah,
won't be
yeah,
against it.
Oh,
Vieira also.
Hmm.
nice.
I won't
Good
be
call.
against it at all.
Yeah,
Good call.
I'd
Good
want
call.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'd keep him. I'd keep him.
Nice. Nice point.
Who
Only
mentioned?
I'd agree
Uh,
if he was a right-footed player, I would have loved that signing even more. But considering we
uh,
Hmm.
have two left-footed players, but this
hmm.
guy's he's much better than the two at least LCM.
Yeah,
So I can
Hmm.
see
I
Hmm.
him
agree.
stay next season.
True.
I agree. I
True.
agree.
plus Adam Wharton is English, so add another 20 million to his price tag.
Tim
Yeah,
Burton
Dude,
would go for
minimum
north of
100.
60.
yeah, he'll go for
He was
80, 100.
it was called 60 like last summer only.
That's what.
Hmm.
80 man, easy.
80
True.
easy, so it
Hmm.
doesn't make sense.
Bro, Tyler
Uh,
Dibbling is being asked for 120
Yeah,
million by this team.
100.
120 today, bro.
Yeah.
Telegraph reports.
uh, 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 exactly. Uh, let's talk. Carson says, if it was Jorginho of the age of Partey, is then I'll jo I'll
Keep
Jorginho and get
talking.
somebody else.
Again, the
Uh,
thing is,
hmm.
Jorginho being younger won't make Jorginho a better player. Jorginho
Hmm.
being the age that he's of now is the same player that he would have been if he was younger. And the problems that he had would have still existed.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Uh,
Uh,
Same.
maybe. I think see maybe Sebas need to see the hype. Madrid fans keep talking about. Our
Man, this
bro,
guy is
our in
trolling,
Our
Anna.
2020.
in
This guy is trolling. This guy
2025.
is
OR
trolling.
in
This guy is
2025.
trolling. This guy is
Okay, he's
Oh,
trolling.
gotten back to his trolling thing. I got it.
my God.
He is 100% troll.
Aouar plays for Roma or he plays in the Turkish league? Where is he
I
playing?
remember Roma.
I
Yeah,
think
Roma, I
he's
I
remember.
in
I think
last
he's gone to the Turkish league or something.
damn. Okay.
I
OR
don't
in
know. I'm just guessing.
2025.
I,
Imagine
I
the
have to appreciate the way has incorporated all the guys we used to have, and he's presenting us
Yeah,
them.
he's playing for Roma.
We're still playing for
Who
Roma.
said
Okay,
Oh
cool.
no,
our
he's playing
on
for Al Ittihad, Saudi.
Saudi. He went to Saudi. God damn.
I think he went
Okay.
to Saudi. Yeah,
11 goals,
I
4
remember
assists
now.
for them in 26 matches.
and 10
No
out
wonder
of
we
10
are.
rage bait, man. 10
All
out
the
of
Yeah,
10.
clubs are sending players to Saudi. Arsenal will be the first to sign from Saudi. Yeah,
and he's still 26 by the way.
What?
yeah. He was very young when we were linked with
He's
him.
very
Yeah,
young. He's
he's
what,
he's
2021?
21,
Yeah, he
21.
was
Yeah.
21.
Uh-huh.
All I know
Exactly.
that
And
Hussein Aouar on FIFA was a great card.
Yeah, he
That
was
is,
so
Mhm.
good.
Yeah,
that is
Hosam
every.
Aouar was
See,
good.
because of him, right? There's one song I don't listen to anymore. It's like we don't talk anymore. Like, bro, the amount of compilations I've seen with Hosam Awar and that song, I kid you not, I was like, This can't be for real. This can't be for real." And after that, I can't listen to that song without thinking of that
Uh,
compilation. So, like, this
but
shit, man.
Babsi man, 10 out of 10 rage bait. Great comment.
You're a good future as a Twitter
Great.
user. Good luck. Moist, yeah. Aarush, your
Hey,
fans are back.
Ah, okay.
जॉर्जिनियो तो स्टाफ पार्ट नहीं बने वाले हाँ I don't think he'll become staff
He's too young
man,
for that. Yeah,
I mean,
Mhm,
he only waited this season to complete his coaching degree,
mhm,
so that is obvious,
yeah.
very obvious.
mhm. True. Purple Patel put on a show today. Guess what? He did? I'm not aware. I'm not
I
aware.
What's the
Harshal
score?
Patel, man.
Off the pitch issues aside, if the wages are low, we should extend him. Fair. The
Hmm.
surgery last season seems to have fixed his injury woes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I.
Regarding
Wow.
injuries and the medical stuff that Salu was talking about, and I think Aarush can bring in more light to this. He made a nice thread on the
Like what?
present the present head of our present head, right, of medical staff
Zafar
at
Iqbal.
Arsenal,
Jafar
Zafar
Iqbal.
Iqbal. Yeah, maybe you could say a few words about him, like what is he and how is he doing?
There's nothing to speak about him,
Nothing.
but he is quite experienced with
Hmm.
the work he's put in for the clubs that he's played previously, which is like
Hmm.
Crystal Palace and stuff like that. I don't remember the main club he played for anymore.
Hmm.
Sorry, sir. Sorry. Uh, but yeah, you can see the difference that has been there in the medical staff since
Hmm.
Gary O'Neill has left,
Oh
and now
Hmm.
God.
that we have Zafar Iqbal.
Hmm.
Gary O'Neill. This guy has
If you
made
see
the
what
Wolves manager our head of medical department.
No,
It's
I
Gary
think.
O'Driscoll.
if no,
It's not
he's
Gary O'Neill.
United now, right? Gary O'Neill is at United
Gary
now, and if
O'Driscoll.
you know
Yeah.
what the injury record at United is currently, you know who the reason is also at the
I
back.
remember United
So
fans were celebrating him signing for them as if it was a player signing for them.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly,
yeah, 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 yeah.
exactly.
Dude, we were celebrating. They were like absolute rejoice on a timeline everywhere. Then oh, thank God, it's like us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We were genuinely happy that he was gone. See, I didn't know much about the medical stuff. Then I started reading about our issue. Then saw a lot. I was being more active on Twitter. I saw a thread where he was issue regarding Santi Cazorla's this thing not able to recover
Even
from his
Jack
injury.
Wilshere. Yep.
Jack Wilshere as well. Imagine we had a much better medical staff, and maybe Wilshere could have
I think
still
even
been
if you
doing
see
really well.
the current return of injuries from Martinelli and Saka, they have been so much good from after
Yeah.
returning also.
That's
Hmm. Hmm.
You look
Especially,
at what Timber did last season, bro.
yeah,
That was
Timber.
unreal.
Timber is the
That
best example.
recovery was way quicker than any normal footballer.
yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, apparently they tried some different surgery for
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh.
So
And also for the fact that last season, though he is not featured in the end, right? He played in the academy games and all that. I agree, he's much
Yeah.
better than the academy
He
players, but
scored
Mhm.
bangers though.
Yeah.
he did score bangers. It was like absolute. I think there were like two games where we knew that Timber was starting, and I think those
Yeah.
were like the most watched academy games ever. Right? It was like yeah, it was just comedy. But yeah, regarding Partey, like I said initially, if you have points regarding him from a footballing point of view, do let us know. What happens off the pitch is something what we are comfortable talking on screen. So let's stick to the footballing and footballing terms, footballing
Yeah.
perspective only. Okay,
If y'all basically have any new perspective on the Partey deal or anything related to Arsenal, y'all can hop in.
exactly. Rice is there to show the way to Zubimendi, huh? And Mikel is Spanish. We are literally Spain 2.0. He won't
it's not that simple.
find
Rice
it
is
hard
there
enough.
to show the way to Zubimendi.
So why didn't this happen with Mikel Merino then? Mikel Merino should have
What is this
immediately had
comment,
the
man?
impact. Yeah.
What is this comment?
But Mikel Merino, even though he played 1 year in Premier League, he had to take time to settle in Arsenal system. So
Hmm.
I don't think it applies.
System hard.
How is Rice to pave the way for Zubimendi? Rice is a 8. Zubimendi will be a 6.
You remember the handshake they had at the end of the Euro final? They spoke of that, and
Can
then
no, 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 no. Just no, no. Just
And
don't.
if he becomes Spain 2.0, I will enjoy that, to be honest.
actually, I'll enjoy it too, bro. Actually,
I hope there's physicality in the Spain 2.0. I hope it's not like the national team where they're like all technical but no
Just give me
physicality.
Yamal with Spain 2.0, that's all I
How about you were about to say something?
नहीं नहीं carry on.
nothing to say.
Yeah. Praveen Kumar, welcome to the stream, Praveen Kumar. I think this is the first time we're seeing you part of the stream, so I hope you're subscribed. And yeah, welcome. Even if we renew Partey, I still think we'll go for another defensive midfielder along with Zubimendi.
fair enough, but I
Here's
don't
what I
think so.
think regarding the board. They do know that we need to reinforce in our attacking front, right? So if we keep Partey and get Zubimendi, They'll be like, huh, we have Zubimendi, Merino, Partey, and Rice, and Odegaard, and Veneri. And if needed, makeshift MLS is also there, right? So they'll be like, okay, we're getting one midfielder. We can assume that Partey is fully fit and he's going to be okay. So this
We
summer or this window, we are going to invest in attack and maybe one defender depending on our sales regarding our defenders. That's
Right.
we
what
see
I think.
we
See,
can't be
my
buying 6 7 players. We can't be buying
yeah.
6 7 players. We
See,
Exactly.
my
have to
Hmm,
personal
buy.
opinion. Continue, continue.
See, we need to
hmm,
get a left winger, we need to get a centre forward, we need to get in a defensive midfielder, we need to get in a left back, we need to get in a centre back from the links that we are seeing, and we
hmm,
need a goalkeeper. That is
hmm,
six. And we
hmm,
aren't buying 6 players. Add to that another defensive midfielder, seven.
Hmm.
hmm,
And add to
See,
that another attacking midfielder in Odegaard as Odegaard's replacement. Eight.
hmm, hmm,
See, I think if you see our defensive midfield,
hmm,
you have Partey. Then, if Zubimendi is coming, Zubimendi. Then we have Rice, who's another profile of who can play as six. Then we
hmm,
have Havertz already who can play eight. Then we have
hmm,
Merino. We have Odegaard. We have Vaneri. That's like how
hmm,
many? Seven midfielders for
hmm,
three spots in the team. And
hmm,
MLS, as you said.
hmm,
And you can say even Ben White has played some CDM minutes in case too much injury has happened. Like in case like so like
yeah,
nine, seven or
he
eight
not that bad.
players 7 or 8 players we have like who can
hmm,
at least play the position if you want. Yeah.
hmm,
Yeah.
See,
In
honestly speaking,
yeah.
we are seeing a center forward happening. Say
Yeah.
it either of Trossard or Jesus leaves. Jesus won't leave, obviously. Trossard
hmm.
leaves. Say we need a winger as well because say Sterling leaves, Nelson leaves, and
Say,
Trossard if
say Sterling leaves. What do you say
Left,
Sterling leaves?
I think
I
left.
meant Nelson.
I
I
think
meant
Bro's
Nelson.
honestly,
got.
no left
Uh,
wing will happen if we sell one of Trossard or Martinelli.
Yep,
Yeah, that's what
yep,
Ornstein told.
hmm,
Mm.
yep.
fair enough.
So that is for sure happening. Then
Hmm,
midfield, we need one guy, Zubimendi for sure, who's coming. Second guy,
hmm,
I don't think so. We need center back, left center back depends on the sales and what
hmm,
what it looks like with the prior signings that we made as well. We'll sign one
hmm,
guy who can play both positions, so
hmm,
that is sorted in one signing as well. Then
hmm,
goalkeeper we sign. Then you think of additional if you want to, which I don't think because
Exactly.
I don't think we are beating around the bush this season. Get the players that we need and
hmm.
go for the next season. So yeah.
I actually wanted to ask Arush the question that we answered on the last stream with regards to Joan Garcia. Are you willing to shell out 30 million if we are to get him?
I agree with how good of a shot stopper he is. He's been one of the
hmm.
Yeah.
best this season. But I don't necessarily see a vision to actually throw out Raya out of this for no reason. If I mean
Perfect.
there is for sure no chance that Joan Garcia is staying at Espanyol this season because they're getting relegated. Release
Hmm,
clause gets lower, 30 million or
hmm,
something. He'll go to
hmm,
some club. At
hmm,
Arsenal, I don't want him solely because with the ball at his feet, he's not what we want. And
hmm,
as
Yeah.
much as we are in possession,
hmm,
he won't help us out playing as a center back
hmm,
in possession.
Yeah.
hmm,
So
hmm,
solely on these reasons, because I think David Raya is a more than decent shot stopper.
hmm,
He's
hmm,
more than decent. As many as he doesn't have as many howlers as Ramsdale used to have. He has his decent howlers that he makes once in a while, bozo moments. But
hmm,
the only reason as to I can see Joan Garcia being targeted is how good he's at penalties.
hmm,
So
But
penalties, yeah. So basically that being the reason, I think
hmm,
Joan Garcia shouldn't be signed at Arsenal because Raya at 28, he's 28 or 29 now. So I
hmm.
think for these reasons in particular, I don't see a signing made because Raya is being signed literally just this season, bro. He's
Ah,
come this season.
true.
There's literally no need to and thinking of the Ramsdale factor that Arteta did this with Ramsdale when he gave us a
Hmm,
near perfect season. He brought in
hmm,
Raya, threw Ramsdale out of the whole squad. Stuff like that.
hmm,
I don't
hmm,
see it happening yet again.
hmm.
I agree.
One second before we continue. Sanchez, bro, definitely, would you give us a summary? Definitely, we'll give a summary. What we wanted to talk about is regarding this so that, there's a rational take on what is happening with Partey. But definitely, we plan to talk about the Arsenal Palace game and a little about the uh, semi-final fixtures as well, both Arsenal ka and Inter ka. Yeah, Arush.
I forgot to mention this one point on Joan Garcia is that
Hmm.
If he is willing to play as second fiddle for a
Hmm.
big club, I'd
Hmm.
keep him for 30 million. That
That is my thing. That is my thing. So since he's a very good shot stopper, right? Do you think he could be used in like cup games?
But I don't see a goalkeeper being rotated at Arsenal though.
No, for cup games, like for Carabao Cup, FA Cup, maybe for
Carabao Cup, FA Cup is how many games though? How willing will he be to play for 30 million for the
People
wages
were
he'll
like,
command? I
Hmm.
agree.
people
I would
were
do
like
that.
he
But
should be starting the Champions League games, and
Hmm.
Raya should be the one who will be
Hmm.
the Premier League goalkeeper. Again,
Ah.
if Garcia is willing to do that, which I
Hmm.
don't feel any sane goalkeeper would be game to it, but if he's
Hmm.
willing to do that, then fine. But
Hmm.
do I see it happening? No. And 30 million on a goalkeeper when you've got so many positions to fulfill.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I
Because the
think
common
Raya.
commotion, because common thing, what actually what I've been seeing for a while is that Raya in the Premier League is a must. But for Champions League, you need a keeper who's very good at with those
agree, agree.
short stopping than someone who can play with the feet, right? So that's why Garcia in the Champions League would be much better than Raya in the Champions League. That's what I'm hearing. So
I
again,
also think the
hmm,
role of a goalkeeper would change in the future a lot,
Hmm. Yeah.
as to
in
how good
general
they're being
or
on
at
their
our
feet.
Arsenal.
In general,
Okay, ha.
as to how good they are with their feet. I think substitutions
Yeah.
with goalkeepers is going to be a new normal in the future, especially in
Arteta
cup
was not joking.
competitions.
Ha.
He
Yeah.
could.
I mean, Kepa was one of his own back in the days
No, why
where he
Kepa?
knew.
Remember 2010 ka World Cup when that when the
अच्छा हाँ
Netherlands
हाँ हाँ
Netherlands ka keeper was
true
substituted.
14.
हाँ
Yeah.
No, 2010, dude.
14.
Netherlands, na?
The
14
penalty
it was,
shootout with
no?
Costa Rica, 2014.
The orange jersey, no?
Yeah, yeah, 2014.
Netherlands wear oranges.
No, no, that, are the
yeah
You are
special
saying
orange
about
color.
Krul coming on na, for the
हाँ
penalty
हाँ
same
shootout.
हाँ
same
yeah.
rule yeah
2014.
Norwich legend, bro.
Yeah.
हाँ. Damn. Okay. 214. God damn. I thought 2010 for some
Yeah,
reason, but okay, fair
2014.
enough. Yeah. Rusty. Hey, welcome, Rusty. Welcome to stream. Last stream we were talking about you. You were phenomenal with your takes. Welcome on stream and enjoy. We are terrible at selling. Oh yeah.
I
Well,
would
I mean,
say
last.
were.
and Andrea Berta is very good at selling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We cannot apply the old regime to the current current sport environment.
Oh, but
You
But
to be
need to
still,
give
fair,
I
him
would
at
he's.
say
least a
Edu.
window minimum
I think still
to
Edu
judge him.
maximized the profits on Eddie Nketiah and Smith Rowe. I don't think.
Mhm.
I think the problem with Edu was he was like, first of all, in buying he was penny pinching a lot, and
Hmm.
penny pinching a lot, and then in second, when selling, he was too realistic in setting his like selling targets.
Hmm.
Like he
Yeah.
would not ask for the unrealistic target upfront, he would just give the realistic price,
Hmm.
whereas some clubs they just go for the unrealistic price, and then some idiotic clubs will agree to that price. So
Hmm.
then,
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah. So
Uh,
because if you see,
hmm.
honestly, Smith Rowe is not a 50 million player or 60 million player. He isn't. I don't
Hmm.
think so. He is like, he's what we sold him for. He's 35 million for 30 million player. So I
Hmm.
think
Yeah.
he got him for the good market price. Yeah, that's the thing.
One point regarding Edu, now, since you brought up regarding Edu, do you guys know the lawyers who normally negotiate our deals? Like, do you know what kind of lawyers they are? Because this is news for me. I only got to know like last week regarding this.
Lawyers.
Who's it?
Yeah, so basically they're like risk aversion lawyers. So
Risk
basically,
covers lawyers. Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
uh, uh, they don't like they're more on the defensive side of things where they do not want to
Yeah.
like lose. So the first thing is not to lose money, not to get a player, at least from the Arsenal perspective, right? That could have affected the way we deal for negotiations and all of that. That is one of the main reasons
I
why
think I
the
think
uh,
from
hmm,
Medu, and as soon as Arteta came, they always been talking about sustainable growing, sustainable.
hmm,
So
hmm,
because I know
MS
that
Dhoni.
sounds like it sounds like bad for the fans, but
hmm.
as a club it makes sense, like to for them to not
I
over.
mean, if you keep being sustainable and all that, and not invest in the in your team and to be someone else, you'll become Tottenham. Tottenham are the most
that is that is the thing.
are the most profitable
That is
club. But what
that
else is
is
that?
that is the trade-off that Arsenal will take this summer. I feel that they
Hopefully,
will
Yeah.
go for
hopefully,
their players. Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Actually, considering the kind of upgrades we have made physically, Vieira doesn't make sense.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Uh,
Fair.
Yes.
See,
Yes,
He's
but then
Linux.
again, give
Hmm,
give me a player who
hmm,
won't cost a fortune and who can play that role.
hmm,
And considering we have someone who's made at home, who's there at home, why not use
Yeah,
him?
hmm.
and
True. Because
If
if
you're not
Xavi,
getting pure profit at least.
and this point would
Sh-
also apply to Vaneri if you play him in midfield.
yeah,
Mm,
exactly.
yeah,
hmm, because you got, people wanted Xavi. This
Ravi
winter window,
Simmons
in
is
this
gonna
year,
cost
he
80
easily
million.
80
Who's gonna pay it?
minimum.
Who's gonna pay it?
Exactly. Nobody's going to pay 80 million, at least
Any
like.
names you bring
Uh,
up, bro, everyone's
hmm,
expensive for
hmm,
whatever
hmm,
we
hmm.
need.
Exactly. Keshav says the party left a title winner Atletico to a dreadful Arsenal. Tierney और पार्टी थोड़ा तो UCL deserve करते हैं. हाँ,
yeah,
exactly. In case we win the UCL, I hope Arsenal gives that medal to El Neni and not Sterling, bro. My God, I I can't. Uh yeah. Welcome to the yeah. Good trolling of this guy. Oh yeah, we spoke about this. Bro, genuine question: does Dean play left back as well? You're
Hoyland,
linked with it.
What the fuck is this?
Danish left
Dean
Dean
Hoyland.
Hoyland.
Bro. I think you're getting it wrong. I think so he's a right-footed LCB,
No,
not
no,
left
Yeah,
striker,
back.
striker,
Oh, yeah.
Hoyland.
Oh, okay.
Dean Hoylands.
He's
Get it?
Rasmus Hoyland brother.
Ari,
Yeah.
so Dean Howson basically plays. He's a right-footed player who plays left centre back because of Bournemouth's squad that they have Elias Abarni as their right centre back. He is a
Hmm,
basic right-footed player who can play left centre back, and he's grown on to become a very good left-footed player. So
hmm,
that is what he
Yeah,
was. He used to play in a back three for Roma. He used to
hmm,
play in a back four for Juventus at right centre
hmm,
back or centre
hmm,
centre back.
hmm.
So yeah, that is what he is. He can't play left
And
back.
this comment feels like a paid actor, like asking because if you guys didn't know, Aarush did put out a thread today and put out an article a few days back on his website regarding the specific player. So that's why this feels like a paid. Did you pay Vamsi that? Huh, bro, put out. I need to talk. And bro is
But
gone due to
talking
connections.
about
Huh,
Bournemouth LBs, I
huh.
heard that Kirkes is also on the market. I heard he's pretty good.
Kez is going to Liverpool. He won't come
Yeah,
to
I know,
any.
but
Madrid are linked with Kirkes, bro. Madrid are linked with Kirkes as
like,
well.
is he that good?
He-
Yeah.
Why am I getting
He's a
kicked
proper
out?
left back.
Hmm,
He's
hmm,
a
hmm.
proper left back.
See, I'm kind of surprised that Madrid didn't try and go for Robinson because they don't play with left backs who get into midfield, right? They just need a one who just like darts. So I thought Robinson is pretty good.
But then
Who
again,
didn't get him?
The
Anthony
Fulham
Robinson
one, I
is a
think.
signing. Anthony
Hmm.
Robinson is a signing that any Prem club would make, or any,
Who
yeah, a
did you
Prem
not
club
say?
would make.
Anthony
Huh?
Robinson to whom?
Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Eh, nah, bro. That's too
See,
much of a
again,
Like
the
the
jump.
thing,
profile,
again,
it's like
it's not about it's not about how good the player is. It's about who the
name.
player is.
Yeah,
And also
Hmm.
the
Anthony
star value
Robinson
that the
to
player
Real
brings
Madrid
as
is
well.
never happening. Real Madrid
It's also the
doesn't
star
buy.
value that they look.
Yeah, Real Madrid doesn't
PR also
pick
works for
up
them.
pick up
Hmm.
random players from the Premier League. They'll shop in the French
Spain.
league.
but
That is the
actually,
Okay.
thing. They'll shop in the French league. They
but
got in
that's
Chouameni. They got in Kamavinga. They'll
but
never
that's
Hmm.
not as
shop in the Premier League.
uncommon as you're saying, because if especially if you see Perez's first Galacticos era,
Hmm.
when they had Beckham and all, they had they had signed a lot of like obscure Premier League players from
Hmm.
Everton and from like other teams.
Everton.
Yeah, there was an
Yeah.
Everton midfielder who used to play for Real Madrid. Yeah,
No wonder Carlo Ancelotti ended up at Everton. Makes
so
sense.
I don't think like I think obviously PR does
Even the
matter.
Modric signing, right?
Yeah, Modric,
Modric
if you
Ah,
see,
signing.
Modric. Oh yeah, Modric. Huh.
so it's not like that. But yeah, I think this Fulham to Real Madrid is too
I
much
think
of a
I
jump.
think the consistent left back that Real Madrid have been linked to has been Alfonso Davies for them
Yeah,
Hmm.
over the
That is true.
years.
like
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
can see what they are targeting.
if you think about
Hmm.
Robinson, Davis is like just a jump over him. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
And see, I'm not
same player.
saying that Robinson is a Galactico type of sign. I'm just saying that he's the kind of profile that they would definitely like because look at his injury record.
If
It's
100%.
he was
Yes.
almost
Spanish,
pristine.
yes. If he played in La Liga,
Exactly.
yes.
That's
But
what I
exactly,
honestly
but
think.
they don't look.
Antonio Roberio, he would have gone to Real Madrid.
Hmm. Fair enough. Fair enough. Rashid, for someone of his brilliance, Rao seems like a buy now figure. Buy? Now
I
figure,
now
okay.
figure
Buy?
out the logistics later.
Logistics
ठीक
later
है.
kind of purchase. I agree with Arush, but we cannot pass up this kind of talent. Huh.
True.
May agree. I kind of agree with this because
I,
we
I
have
just
said, huh.
I just wanted to say that just because Raya is young, it doesn't make up so much
Raya
matter.
Young.
Yeah,
Raya is not
28
young.
is young
Okay,
for
okay,
a
huh.
keeper.
For
That is true.
goalkeepers,
For a
it's young,
keeper,
man.
it's
For
like,
True,
goalkeepers,
true,
it's
true, true.
especially for a keeper, 28 means another 7 years easily he can play.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look at
So,
Arush laugh when I said 28 is it young. I
so
know
yeah,
I'm 25, bro. In 3 years,
No,
I'll also be 28.
even I thought 28 was not young for a keeper.
Uh,
so I feel if
but,
Raya was like 33 or 32, then it would make like 100% sense. Like go for him.
hmm,
I think just
hmm,
because Raya is young, it doesn't make sense for me to spend 13.
I mean, back when we had Emi Martinez and then Petr Cech as well, we never switched to going to our
hmm,
Yeah.
second fiddle keeper as
Exactly.
well. I
That's what
mean,
I'm
that
hmm,
was Wenger, that is a complete different topic, but I'm
true.
just saying as to how Arsenal deal with goalkeepers.
Okay, now you're saying that okay, Garcia. Okay, okay. I think that's the next comment. Okay, Garcia's 23 shot stopping is better than Raya. Raya is excellent as well. Love Raya, but Garcia is a level above Raya. Well, Garcia is a level above Raya in terms of potential, and 1 or 2 years if Raya is sold for profit.
But
Okay,
how
wait,
sure
wait, wait,
are
wait, wait, wait. Wait.
keepers?
If the Garcia is 23, we got Setford from Ajax,
Yeah, 18.
and he's like top rated. So if you're getting Garcia, and we how much did we invest on Setford? Close to 10, 5, 5,
Yeah,
how,
5 or
yeah.
10. Yeah.
5, 10 million.
And
Now you're
considering we
saying,
have Carl Hein as well, bro.
hmm,
Carl
He
Hein is
was
also
had a
top
blinder
potential.
of a season in La Liga.
Yeah.
true,
He's also getting
exactly.
relegated, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yeah,
Huh,
yeah.
huh. Yeah. So if you're putting 30 million Garcia, are you telling me that we're going to sell off Hine and Setford? I know there'll be pure
No,
profits. I completely no Setford won't be pure profits. But are you telling me that we're going to sell two put Hine not so highly rated as Setford, but Setford has been making a lot of waves. At least that's what
Mm. Yeah. He
Ajax
was
has been
very
saying and
highly
all that,
rated
right?
in Ajax.
But again,
So,
you
hmm,
can't look at a goalkeeper through the lens of any other player that you would
hmm,
have taken, right?
hmm,
If Joan Garcia is 23, fine. If we
hmm,
get him, and if he's willing to play second fiddle to Raya for 2 years,
hmm.
I have no issues. But why would
even
a
for
keeper
Young, 1 year
choose
to
to?
be honest.
Yeah,
That's what that's the other argument. I've heard that if Garcia is given 1 year at the Arsenal, by the next season, Garcia has a very good chance to like push out Raya from the first from the main team.
What I
Yep.
feel,
if we are to invest in potential, then why
Hmm,
not get in and improve some other position? Is my question.
my question is
hmm,
exactly that.
Very fair.
That keepers potential. What do you mean by a keeper having high potential? Like,
hmm,
like generally, if a keeper
Fair
is
point.
like, if you see Donnarumma when he was at
uh,
16, he was
hmm,
already class at shot stopping. It's not like
hmm,
as he got older, his shot stopping improved. Like at
Yeah.
16, it was this level, and now it's this level. It's still this pretty same level. So
hmm,
I don't understand what is a keeper's potential as such. So
hmm,
I don't know what is
Fair,
like.
fair argument. Fair
Yeah.
argument.
So
Because
If we had other positions sorted, if we
hmm,
did not need a centre forward or a left wing this season,
hmm.
I would have happily taken Joan Garcia for 30 million.
and
Fair enough.
if, okay, if you are going to say potential, maybe that under Raya he learn how to play from the back or whatever. But I have
Uh,
rarely seen a keeper who has improved that to a very high level. Like I
hmm,
haven't seen any keeper who suddenly in 4 or 5 years also becomes really good at playing out of the back, and like I don't see keep because for keepers especially what you have to understand is they
hmm,
need to focus on what they're good at. They cannot have
hmm,
other things in their mind that I need
hmm.
to.
as
So
as much as I hate to say it, I think Joan Garcia fits Manchester United perfectly.
Yeah,
Especially
he's
under
linked to United.
especially under Amorim.
Hmm,
Because that guy doesn't value players who are best on the feet. We know
hmm,
Onana was classified as one of the best on the feet, but he's just deteriorated ever since he's left Inter.
hmm,
So John Garcia amount of shot stopping chances that he'll get at Manchester United, I
Yeah,
think
exactly.
he'll
Yeah, I
he'll
agree.
hmm,
And I'll,
he'll
I'll just give two examples when it comes to Thibaut Courtois and Andre Lunin.
hmm,
Lunin wasn't a goalkeeper that they got in for a lot of money. He
hmm,
developed because he was given chances because of Courtois' ACL.
mm,
That is one.
mm,
That is one example, and the other example being Allison and Kelleher.
mm,
Allison got injured, and that is why Kelleher got to play those minutes, and he established himself as a very good keeper.
mm,
Situations made them play those many games. They wouldn't have played those many games otherwise. So,
mm.
if you are
Mm.
counting on Raya getting an ACL next season, get in Joan Garcia. But what are the odds of that happening?
True. I mean, you
And
honestly
And
can't
also,
bank on people getting injured and then, oh shit, nah. You
and
can't
also
really
if you
like predict
see
such things.
the
Yeah.
Allison
Mm,
Keller situation, that
mm,
initially Keller was happy playing. Oh, I'll play for those minutes. It's fine. But now he's not. He's unhappy. He wants to leave. He wants because he believes now that he's good enough to start. So
Kiwior
mm,
mentality we call it.
So it will
mm,
happen. Even if you get John Garcia, even
mm,
he might say when he's signing that okay,
mm,
I'll play second fiddle for 1 2 years. But
mm,
after he gets the games, he'll be like, oh, I'm better than Raya, or I feel I'm better. He'll be like
mm,
he'll be unhappy then. So I think and you rightly pointed out, I completely forgot Hyena and Setford or young
mm,
keepers who can develop also
mm,
like for us.
mm.
So I think it doesn't really. I
I
think what
think
makes most sense is just get another loan keeper in for the 1 season or 2 seasons.
I think sending Carl Hein on loan in a foreign league was the best thing we did this season
Huh.
in terms of loan spells, because
Yeah,
True.
that guy is matured. At least in the
Mm,
starting part that I'd seen from him against the
mm,
games of Real Madrid and stuff like that, that guy was really good.
mm,
And
mm,
what we need for a keeper at Arsenal at this point is
mm,
confidence when you come as a second fiddle keeper.
mm, mm,
Because every time we've had a second fiddle keeper play this season or last season, say Ramsdale, who was number one for Arsenal that time, but
mm,
confidence made him a completely different player. You
Yeah.
have
mm,
Neto, who's hardly touched the ball this season.
mm, mm,
Confidence made a big difference. You saw
mm,
Jack Potter get a chance, who is 16. He got a
mm.
chance in front of Setford and the
People
Nygaard
forgot
guy.
Potter for us.
And Nygaard as well,
Uh,
bro. We have Nygaard
uh,
as well. Another
uh.
signing that we made two signings last season at
Mm,
goalkeeper.
yep.
So
Yeah.
we have a proper structure that is there. I mean,
Mm,
with the links of John Garcia, you might think we might aim for him, but I
mm,
still think that having Karlheim for next season and not
mm,
getting a loan option would be a better thing to me.
yeah, I would
mm.
agree.
Fair
I
enough.
want to address this point now. Liverpool and City have excellent number twos. We need to have as well. I would say that that's because their number ones are either injury prone or having performance
Mm,
issues.
mm.
Exactly that.
Nice,
Yes.
nice point.
Because
Yes.
Ederson has been suspect this whole season, and that's why
Mm,
Stefan
Yeah.
Vega is getting chances, and
mm,
Alisson has been injury prone 1 or 2 seasons from, so that's why Kaler gets chances.
You give
And
mm,
me. All right. You
another
give
point I
me.
want to say is when
Huh.
we had two great keepers, everyone was shouting that oh why are we having two great keepers? When we
mm,
had Ryan Ramsdale, everyone was
Arsenal
like
had squad depth, bro.
we can't have two keepers. Everyone was saying that. So
mm, mm,
I don't know what is expected of Arsenal. You don't want to have two great keepers. I think it's good to have one keeper who's a solidified number one, and then
mm.
have a guy who's good enough to play the games when he's injured.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, oh.
Right.
Wait, before to all the 12 concurrent viewers, thank you so much for like tuning in. Keep liking this stream. We're trying to hit that 15 likes mark target. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. Do subscribe. All the panelists' socials are there in the description. Do follow all of them as well. We are doing good things. We're trying to hit that 700 mark as soon as possible. Yeah. Rusty says, Raya is a little short for a goalkeeper. He has to
I
jump
don't
early for
agree with this.
penalties and premeditate them, which works against him at times. He's been fairly good, Porto, Atlanta, but João looks better. Not number one priority.
That's
Last
a
point
good point.
makes sense.
Joan
Last
looks.
point makes
If you
sense.
think John looks better and you want to replace him with Raya,
Hmm,
oh, maybe you can have an argument. But for me, it doesn't make sense when Raya has been really good.
All
hmm,
right.
hmm,
I just throw in a counter question to that.
hmm,
How many times does a keeper have to save penalties over the course of a season?
Yeah.
hmm, hmm,
I agree that Raya isn't good at it, but does Raya
hmm,
have to save penalties every game? Does he
hmm,
is he involved in penalty shootouts in all the knockout games he plays?
I mean, I wouldn't agree with that as much because for a keeper, penalties are fundamentals as well. As much as you won't face them, you would
hmm,
face them because those are certain moments in a game that you have to shine because
Yeah,
you're a keeper.
hmm, hmm,
So that is not the
I
best question
think
to ask,
with
but
Raya, I
Joan
think
Garcia is 6'3", by the way.
with
Yeah.
Ryan keepers, what in penalty
What?
what's happening is like
He looks so short.
he goes to the keeper coach and checks the this and that, where he's going to jump and all those things.
Hmm.
And he
Well,
just does that. He doesn't look
Hmm.
at what the penalty
David
shooter
Raya is
is doing.
6 foot, bro. Can you believe it?
He doesn't
So you're
see it.
telling me that three? I'm okay, never mind. It'll come out very wrong. But do you think being slightly taller than Raya? Uh, I mean, it did help out Netherlands in that penalty shootout, so it kind of makes sense, I
Does
guess.
it warrant spending 30 million? Does it
Ah,
warrant spending 30
nah,
million?
nah. I mean, that is yeah, that is the counterpoint. Just for like
I mean, talking about the
that
same
extra height, you
topic,
don't have to put.
the goal we conceded from Mateta was blamed on Raya because he was too short. Can you believe it?
Bro, bro.
No,
Oh, yeah,
another
yeah.
point I would like to say,
Uh,
you say he's short, but he's really good at collecting crosses and not getting dominated in.
Exactly. Very good
mm,
point. Very
mm,
good point.
So is is John Garcia going to be as good in doing that? I think I
No,
honestly
Joan
feel like
Garcia is the second best, I think, statistically in collecting crosses.
good. Then that makes
Yeah,
sense. Yeah.
it makes
Because
sense
for
as to
me,
what they're
Raya is the
targeting.
best I have seen
Yep.
at Arsenal
mm,
at least, or I don't know in Premier League also at collecting crosses. Like I
mm,
haven't seen who's as somebody as good as him.
mm.
So
Like,
for me,
unfortunately, I watch a lot of United games because my friend is a United fan. So we sit and watch each other's game together. My God, Raya is. I mean, this is not Raya. Onana's awful,
Onana.
man. Onana, he can't hold a ball for his. If his life
Talking
depended on it,
about
he'll like chuck it.
keepers who are awful in connecting balls from set pieces
Mm,
or crosses is Donnarumma, and we
I
are
saw you
facing
like
him
mm.
on
Man,
on
the
that
Tuesday.
reel.
guy.
I saw your like on the reel, Arush.
Which one?
Yeah.
And
I
I'll
saw
just say
he
one
was
thing.
on reel about
Okay,
Donnarumma being weak on crosses. I saw Arush like this reel. Yeah,
It's I got it from there only.
yeah.
No, but we've seen this even in the UCL games, no? Even in the
Yeah,
Liverpool first leg, you suspect because
that
of that
guy,
reason.
bro.
Mm,
If
that
we
guy
press
tried
PSG,
his
no,
that guy tried his best to make Enrique a loser in that game, man. I'm
ah,
still telling you, he was lucky
mm,
that the game went till the penalties.
mm,
I
mm,
mean,
mm.
If
we'll talk
the
about the
game was
PSG
in his
game.
control, if the game was in his control, PSG would have lost that time. I can assure you.
Actually, I mean, we
That
can
Fair
guy
talk
enough.
a
is
lot about the
horrible.
PSG game on Monday, but if we end up pressing PSG, right, like how we did
It's
versus Real
done,
Madrid
man.
in terms of
Donnarumma.
intensity, Donnarumma is going to get cooked because his passing options are going to get curbed down to actually zero.
For me,
He's
Mm.
he's
going to
one of
be
the
he's going
most.
to be hoofing down the ball.
We
So
talk about Emmy
GG to
Martinez
him.
being overrated. Donnarumma is also in that same category. Yeah, he's
And
very
those
overrated. Yeah.
Mm,
Euros and World Cup has given them a career, man.
mm,
Telling you,
mm. I mean,
But
he
useless those
I
made.
guys.
won't I won't say it's bad because he's made a living out of it and
Uh,
he has given what he wanted for his country at it, both of them. For whatever
mm,
short
Yeah.
span, keepers, you can't
But
think of a long
you're
longevity for
still
them.
like you're still living off the reputation you built for yourself in 2021 and 22. So it doesn't make
But
sense
for a
to say
keeper, I
yes.
won't be too this thing dismissive about it,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I agree.
Uh,
Because
mm.
keepers,
I
for them to actually make the
Mm,
cut and reach till there, and
mm,
then having a
yeah.
moment and then living off it, I think it's fine.
Yeah,
mm.
I agree.
I mean, see, I get that point, but just imagine, right? There's a certain Bollywood actor. His last good hit film was Bajrangi Bhaijaan. After that, nothing happened. He's still living off the hype, but people are okay with that.
Yes.
No, but before that also he's living off the hype, na. He was living off the hype in his whole career. Yeah.
Exactly.
You
So
can
Yeah.
you
if
can
we,
connect
I don't
him
think that's
to
a great
the Real
example.
Madrid PR agency. Like Real
huh,
Madrid
huh,
PR agency is the similar as to who
No, I
we are
think with
talking about.
Donnarumma,
Fairs,
what
man.
happens
Fairs.
is if
Nice.
you watch the
Nice.
full 90 minutes of Donnarumma, you will see how poor he is. But if you
hmm
That
watch
guy is
highlights of
bad.
Donnarumma,
hmm
you'll think that he's the greatest keeper to ever lived. Yeah,
Donnarumma is
that's the thing.
gas, man.
Bro,
Donnarumma
don't
is
you all think we
gas.
need to move away from like
Yeah, yeah.
goalkeepers? Because
Yeah,
it's
No,
yeah,
quite a
yeah.
I think the
boring
first
topic.
no, this is kind of no, it's kind of funny like how we are talking about goalkeepers because we've never spoken about goalkeepers at this length at any point in our streams. Right? It's kind of funny, but it's nice. It's nice. Hey, it's nice, man. Come on. I truly believe selling will improve under Berta. Teams know he's a serious guy and won't be ill.
Little bro.
Growing, I
Oh,
get it.
Uh, Keshav says, "ये तो कोर्तवा जैसे खंबा पायदान है." As in
Courtois.
like height.
Height,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's six
You
foot
see my
seven.
Hindi?
like a
You see my
pole.
Hindi? My Hindi is improving
Ah,
every day.
see,
Time
So
to make
people,
you speak in
people have
Telugu.
called you also Khamba this way. Yeah.
Oh. Setford is 18. He is to reach if he is to reach his high potential, say at age 24, that's 6 years down the line. Garcia will be 29, 30. Sell him again for profit. Keep pushing him in for a loan and make him the second keeper.
it's
Actually, I mean, it makes sense. In like 6 years, you're expecting Setford to make it to the first team. I guess that makes sense. But again, we have Hein, right? Like how we discussed. So again, it's not a first priority like how Rashi said. So yeah.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I know I'm making too many assumptions, but
That was
I
my
but I'm
point.
looking for like
The second point is so true. That's like FIFA.
this bro is a troll. This bro is a troll. Hmm. Um, Kesha says, Majeda stream. Thank you, bro.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
That's what the stream. That's what we're trying to do. कब रुकेगा ये
ये
goalkeeper
goalkeeper का
का
एक तो टिक हाँ
चक्रव्यूह
हाँ अरे we are
एक
moving,
तो
we are
ठीक
moving.
हाँ no I
I
think you're
not
talking about the
we. He's talking
not
about a
we
club.
Arsenal.
Yeah,
He's
that's a
talking
good
about a
point.
club.
अच्छा अच्छा
Hmm,
okay
That's a good
hmm,
point.
hmm,
Too much revolving of keepers right now at our club.
yeah.
hmm.
Yeah.
Parth in cup games will have more penalties. You need a shot stopper with serious dog in him to stop penalties. Not questioning Raya's dog here. Raya, despite being shortest,
Is
he
he the
is.
shortest? He must
What?
be. Six is pretty short for a keeper. Yeah.
Holy
He's the
shit.
shortest keeper.
Could be.
6 feet and he's the shortest.
Bro,
Wait,
Mr.
people are
Chat
very
GPT,
short.
do me
wait,
a favor, please.
Oh wait, Kepa's also. Oh my God, Kepa looks short. It's just that he
Oh
has.
yeah, Kepa is
Uh,
Bournemouth's main keeper, bro. What are we doing, bro?
wow,
But then again,
Okay.
I
Hmm,
agree with the two goalkeepers for the win thing. I'm
hmm,
just against spending 30 million when you've got other places to
Yeah,
fulfill.
it's David
If
hmm,
he's
Raya.
if he's available for 15-20 million,
hmm,
I won't bat an eyelid, man. I
Fucking
would get
hell.
him.
hmm. See, anything in the 20 range, I would take.
Yeah,
30
yeah,
is little
100%.
bit like, bro, okay, I
Okay,
get you're
well,
coming to Premier League. Yeah.
David Raya is the shortest goalkeeper in the league, but he still won the Golden Glove last season.
Hmm,
Yeah.
What
hmm,
do
hmm.
you want me
I'll
to
just
do?
I'll just say one thing:
No.
size doesn't matter.
And we move on. Agree with Parth
Very,
to an
very, very.
extent. Penalties
He
are a
agrees. See,
rarity.
he's so quick to agree as well. See, he's
Shut
so
it,
quick to
Amon.
agree on Parth.
Just something else. Agree with Parth to an extent. Penalties are a rarity, and Raya is good enough.
No,
City
no,
हाँ,
no,
won
no.
the.
He's not good enough on penalties.
Damn,
Let's be
bro
honest.
said Edison and Ake as if like they're bad players.
Ederson is not, man. Ederson is not it. Stefan Ortega is a better keeper.
I think
But
I think the
hmm,
from the theme which I'm getting is people want good penalty shot stopper. So if you
hmm,
really want someone who is a penalty, just get in a penalty specialist and as a loan, and then you can play him in the subs in the penalty.
Karl Hein is decently good at penalties, by the
He's
way.
good at penalties.
he's
Yeah,
good because we saw
He
that
saved,
we saw that in
yeah.
yeah,
preseason.
Oh,
we saw it in
I-
preseason, and then he's done it for in La Liga as well
True,
yeah,
for
true.
them. He
yeah.
saved
True.
a couple of penalties,
just
so
keep Carl.
Remember when he
decent, bro.
saved those penalties, the kind of
He saved like
the
three,
entire
four in a
timeline.
row.
The entire timeline, can't, bro, chill, chill,
Waited
chill.
for days like these, man, where a
Uh,
goalkeeper is saving penalties.
Yeah,
and he's the main issue. Goalkeeper is an issue for Arsenal. I mean, whatever.
Nice, nice.
Who starts in midfield alongside Rice and Odegaard against PSG? Okay,
Tune in on Monday.
regarding PSG,
whoever decides to turn up, bro.
Tune in on Monday to know the answer.
tune in on Monday to find out more who's going to start, what is going to happen, and how it's going to happen.
We'll keep you waiting.
Yes, because Monday could be absolutely insane or just insane. Either way, it's going to be insane. Uh, Vamsi, I used to be a keeper since I stopped.
Growing?
Bro,
What?
grade 3 is 8 years old. I,
I
Bro,
think
stop.
see?
Ramnath should have
He,
gotten him and given him some growth hormones.
This guy?
bro, bro,
Uh,
puberty doesn't affect him, bro.
I used to
Stopped
be a
at
keeper
eight, bro.
since I used to be a keeper since I stopped growing since grade three. I became Javi as player. What position do you guys play? I used to
medium.
be a center. I used to be like a center back CDM kind of position. Rarely as a keeper because, yeah, depending on the situation.
I
But
was
yeah,
the most unique player, striker and keeper. My second position
uh-huh.
was
Yeah,
keeper.
striker. Yeah, that's
Uh,
yeah. Which position do you guys play, Parth and Aarush? Don't tell me Parth, you don't play.
I'm just an observer of the sport.
Damn. Okay, Aarush,
How are you talking about football if you don't play the game?
I agree. I
you are
agree.
not a real fan. Oh
If you can't
my
kick a
God.
ball, you can't talk about the ball.
I agree.
Exactly.
I agree.
But Aarush,
But
which position do you play?
I tried going professional at attacking midfielder, but then I just switched to left wing.
Martin
And then
Odegaard,
Parth.
it's time to go, blood.
No, but I prefer playing on the wing more, left wing.
Huh, fair enough. Yeah. Peace out, guys. Exams approach. Oh, exams.
Same,
Best of luck.
Best of luck to you, Vamsi.
all the
Yesterday was
best.
crashing out.
Sanchit. I'm glad you are here, Sanchit. Huh? What did Muru say?
Parth, I said Dasai is crashing out with his opinions.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Bro, Parth is
Uh,
getting exposed now.
You don't have to. You don't
Oh,
have to do much. You don't have to do much.
that's why he knows
Just
so much
stand
about
there.
keepers and how much penalties they face and all this. Yeah.
uh,
I'm just saying, man.
uh,
I'm
mm,
free. I can
mm.
take up the job as the second keeper. I won't have an issue. Just say.
सेम अभी तक जितना खेला हूँ एलबी
Left
ही
back,
खेला हूँ oh left back damn
man.
must have had an engine in him
There's
oh.
something about the fullback position that
If you like
Finish,
defense,
Bro, I can't
finish
look
the
I,
at the.
sentence. Parts, finish the sentence. I really want to see where your brain is taking you. Finish the sentence. Finish the sentence. You wait.
the modern fullback positions kinda. अरे यार
Finish the
ये
sentence.
क्या शर्म turn me on.
Okay. I was a center back, to be honest. I just used to clatter into people.
Bro,
Fair enough.
I had a time in my trial where I had to come off because one guy wanted to play left wing, and then I was brought in just to play right back because I could run.
if you like defense
Oh,
Martinelli.
and attacking, it,
Yeah, Martinelli.
if you like
Very Martinelli-esque, bro.
if you like attacking and defending, left fullbacks is best position for you.
Yeah,
For both.
fullbacks are the
hmm,
best
hmm,
position. That's where major of the switches come when coaches actually scout you, at least in the
hmm,
academy level. Because if they see certain things, many of the players, even now, you see a Carlos Baleba, he was a right winger. He got
hmm,
Yeah.
shifted to a defensive midfielder. There are so many players like this who are very good at carrying the ball and stuff like that, who just get
hmm,
converted to a position different.
Yeah.
hmm, hmm. Uh, but that's
Roy Keane.
let's just huh?
This comment is Roy Keane.
Which comment?
I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know.
clatter to yeah. Right.
Center backs were always those people, no, who used to physically bully everyone on the
Yeah,
field.
yeah.
Pablo
And
Mari. Pablo
uh,
Mari.
yeah, Pablo Mari,
He
Rob
reached
Holding,
back
oh
to,
bro,
oh my God.
COVID hassle. But
Lord
yeah,
Shkodran Mustafi.
speaking
Squadron was
about Arsenal and not doing well, let's thoughts on the Crystal Palace game, Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. The meltdown on the timeline, to be fair, was
Beautiful game.
unprecedented. Like, do people realize that this game was just to get our cardio done, to make sure that our players are sharp and to make sure that they're not injured, right? But the meltdown was just incredible to watch. Oh, bring Garcia, bench him. I want Raya to be benched because I want Ja Garcia. I
Saliba is
want,
such a bad center back. Two mistakes in 2 games. I can't
huh?
have him at this club.
Oh, bro,
the
bro.
five key takeaways from the game was the season is a failure
Mm,
because we drew to Palace. That is the
mm,
first.
mm.
Uh, David Raya, get out of my beautiful club. You're done. Martin Odegaard is finished. Martin Odegaard is finished. William Saliba without Gabriel is a shit centre back, and Victor
Mm.
Gyökeres is bad. That is all I know.
No, just imagine Sanchez just comes in right now and asks, like, give me a summary, and he's like, listen, sell Saliba, sell Raya. Yeah, no, we're just trolling at
Only
this point.
summary
It's
was
just the
we
mental.
didn't have the
Huh.
intensity. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah,
It
Palace.
just
Absolutely.
that
it
is the
just
only win.
collectively we decided not to actually give two fucks about attacking
Exactly.
Yeah,
football.
I
Play
agree.
Hmm.
football that you would play at the training ground. Create
Hmm.
chances, but shoot them away. Don't score.
Hmm.
Like honestly,
Hmm.
And
intensity wise, I haven't seen any team dominate us intensity wise like Palace did it like last game. Because
Ah.
it's
the
Yeah,
because
fact
of
that
us.
we allowed it to happen to
Yeah,
us is
because of
what
us,
is
like
fooling
exactly.
people.
they were just
It's
more
fooling
hungry
people.
for the win. That's all I would say. Yeah.
I mean, if people don't know, this is the same team we smashed 5-1 just in
Hmm.
December, where Gabriel Jesus got
But the
reincarnated
argument is that
from
we had Jesus. Guys, we didn't have Jesus. That is why we didn't meet Palace. We're sorry, guys. We're
my
sorry.
bad.
If you
We're
look
sorry,
at that
guys.
game, people
Uh,
are over analyzing the game, saying that
hmm.
Arsenal cannot beat a mid block, Arsenal can't
Hmm.
attack, Arsenal doesn't have good attackers. I just pose one question.
Hmm.
When we played against Real Madrid deployed a mid block, okay, and
Hmm.
that is
Hmm.
known to be our weakness. We
Hmm.
countered it by playing the kind of football we play, which
Hmm.
works most of the time. The only
Hmm.
problem was we didn't try and play the football that we ought to play to break such teams. You
Hmm.
could see that players were not moving.
Hmm.
The ball was just, they were just playing for the sake of playing. They just wanted to get the 90 minutes in.
Yeah.
Uh,
The
And
same thing
it
with the
it
Brentford game also. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Brentford was also similar, but in this game, I think there was no willingness to actually make a difference.
yeah,
Like we
Ah.
had the ball was to pass it to the five players in defensive line that we created with Odegaard as well, and just keep passing to them, vertical passes, diagonal passes, and then
Yeah.
once in a while break the line and Odegaard plays a pass and then he gets criticized for playing a pass, which is
Hmm.
actually creating a chance, and
Hmm.
then you have Mr. Raheem Sterling operating on the right wing. I don't know what he was doing. Then we have Trossard who is playing a one-man game. I don't know. As much as Trossard scored a beautiful goal, I
Uh,
think he didn't turn up that day. I think he was bad. Martinelli
hmm.
didn't do shit. He could have
Hmm.
actually done. He was assessed as to not playing a pass in the
Hmm.
94th, 92nd minute of the game. That could have
Hmm.
actually won the game. Again, that. Then Saka came off the bench, didn't really do much. Fair enough
Hmm.
to him. Rice. I think Rice should have seen the ball more often.
Hmm.
Him playing as an eight with Partey at six, I think he could have done a bit more in terms of getting onto the ball. MLS
Hmm.
did that, couldn't get more from his passing options. Kivior was
Hmm.
the best player on the pitch. You can imagine what that game was for us defensively. Saliba
Hmm.
ended up making mistakes,
Hmm.
and then Timber had a quite normal game, just like MLS.
Hmm.
And Raya was good, I'd say. Short stopping wise, he saved us quite a lot of times.
Yeah,
Hmm.
And you can't pan the mistake on him because you are bound to stay in a position like that for a passing option. And it's
Exactly.
completely on Saliba losing out on the ball and a very good finish
Hmm.
from Mateta.
Hmm.
you
So,
can you can you
Hmm.
can make sense of us not having a great game when you
Hmm.
see Julian Timber being the right-sided centre back for the entirety of the game.
Hmm.
He did not move up the field even once. He was
Hmm.
comfortably sitting with Kivior and Saliba
Hmm.
all through the game. It
I think
tells
yeah,
you.
the players
Hmm.
kind of just gave like not gave up, like they didn't care anymore about the league.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think
I
this
think
is what our 13th draw of the season where we've
yeah.
Hmm.
conceded. We've
Yeah.
lost position
Taken a
nine
lead
times and
and
we
then let
scored.
it
I
go.
think
Yep,
it's
Yeah.
nine
more than
times.
I think it's most time since early late 2000s Tottenham season. I think it's
Hmm.
the most times anyone has done it. Yeah, so I think if you had to say I not the last two draws, but the draws after previous to them, yes, we lost many matches from like winning
Winning
positions.
positions. Yeah, yeah.
So that's not great. But I, the problem for me is if you're going to analyze a game, analyze it only to Premier League, our Premier League
Hmm.
season. Don't tell that because of this game we are screwed against PSG and PSG because our CL form and Premier League form has been completely different this season. In
Hmm.
Yeah,
CL, we have been like next level this season. So I don't think to say that we even drew both our matches before Real Madrid. So I don't know what is
Ha,
the
ha, ha.
entire.
But like to
Mhm.
answer this question from Sanchit, right? I saw that Sterling started. How did
that is
dude,
other side.
our best line breaking passes from Odegaard was sent to Sterling, and the scoreline is still 2-2. So you can imagine what happened. So, there's nothing much to tell because people were crying, "Oh, Odegaard has been shit." Bro, did you watch the game? Did you see those line breaking passes?
Odegaard
And,
at least had three passes that I remember in my eyes were assist worthy. That were
hmm,
one was fluffed by Martinelli. One was
Exactly.
fluffed
Yeah.
by Trossard and one was fluffed
Hmm.
by Sterling,
Hmm.
at
Hmm.
least to
Hmm.
create something. But Sterling, the thing
Exactly.
is,
With
he's not willing to take on his player. Okay,
Hmm.
I
He's,
agree
he
that he's
can't run,
playing out
bro.
of position at right wing.
He can't
Hmm.
run.
Yeah, he can't run. He
Can't.
gets too
Hmm.
defensive. His body orientation only completely changed when there is a player who's trying to defend the ball against him. What he does
True.
from right wing, he tries to cut inside, play some link up play. Okay, he had a
Hmm.
good role to play in the goal that Trossard scored with the link up play and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
you can't keep doing it and expect players not to read you.
yeah,
It's
Hmm.
just too obvious, bro.
True. True. Absolutely. I think this is something what Salman has been saying.
we
When we
scored
drew 1-1,
nothing.
we scored three. Now
Oh,
we did.
6-0. Winning 6-0, man. Bring it on.
Oh, Rusty, bro. Rusty, bro.
No, I
The
just think that
PSG.
I
Hmm.
just think that as much as the players for the PR and all they say outsider, oh, we'll give it our best and all and whatever. I think it's
Hmm.
just not feasible. You know, even
Hmm.
it's like subconsciously in your mind, if you know that something is over, it's over. Like you
Hmm.
will not give your full best for that.
Even
True.
like see,
Yeah,
even when Palace equalized, till
Hmm.
the time Trossard scored the goal, we weren't even trying to attack.
yeah,
Hmm.
We
Hmm.
scored that goal out of nothing.
yeah.
Hmm.
We were just moving the ball around casually. That tells you a lot about
True.
how the game was. And again, there's no need for you to look deeply into this game. But
Hmm.
I just say one thing that as us as fans expect our players to put in the effort that we ask of them.
Hmm. Hmm.
But is it a bit unrealistic? Okay, you can say kind of, but again, they should have at least tried.
See,
Hmm. Hmm.
the thing is, if we over tried, or some guy got injured or something,
Ha,
all the
fair
players,
enough.
all the fans would have come out and be like, "Oh,
Hmm.
this is just over. Anyway, league was
Fair,
done. We
Hmm.
would have
Hmm.
liked to try over." So, like,
I
fair
think
enough.
the highlight of this game wasn't even that we turned up and we ended up drawing the game 2-2. The highlight of the game was Merino and Wyatt are injured. Partey signing a contract. This was the whole talk, bro.
Yeah,
Prior to the
Dude,
game,
when the
in the
match
game,
was
post game.
happening, yeah, exactly. People were talking about the what partaker contract situation. Even when the match was happening, like people forgot that Kivior had a brilliant game. People forgot that Kivior even scored a goal. Like nobody spoke about that.
yes,
and
yeah,
And
another
all
point
the
I want to say
hmm,
is
hmm,
that we barely took our foot, or we put our foot on the gas, and we
yeah,
still grew to a
hmm.
Palace team who has been kind of flying this season. Like they've been playing really good football. Like they're
I
actually
wouldn't say flying, but I would
They're
say
not
that
flying.
flying.
they play.
They're
10th is flying
underperforming.
for Palace, bro. They've been
Hmm,
finishing
hmm,
like mid-table for 12, 13, 12, 13.
yeah.
They're around 10th or something. And
true.
they're in
The
good health.
10th.
Hmm.
I think they're 10th or 11th right now.
12th,
Yeah.
they're 12th right now. I just checked.
Okay, sorry.
Hmm,
But
hmm,
they're in the FA Cup semi-final also.
hmm,
So,
hmm.
And they didn't even rotate much, to be
yeah.
honest.
So,
To be fair to
Hmm,
them, they didn't rotate much and they still put up a good performance.
because they're
hmm,
And
hmm,
because I think if FA Cup, if someone wins within the top seven,
hmm.
eighth position is also going to Europe from England.
yeah,
So they
that
have something
exactly
to
that.
fight
Yeah,
for. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Palace
yeah.
can end up playing in
Hmm,
Europe.
So they have an incentive to perform. And
hmm,
Arsenal, oh, people are talking, oh, there's a top five race. No, we are
hmm,
mostly likely going to finish second, or like even like just getting 1 point, and 1 or 2 wins remaining in the matches. So we have
hmm, hmm,
second locked already. So we don't
hmm,
have anything to like play for in the league. Yeah.
hmm, hmm.
And
Fair enough.
I'll just summarize. Okay, so
Yeah.
Sanchit asked for a summary of the game. I'll just say one thing. You saw Sterling in the 11. You ought to have an idea of how many fucks did Arsenal give to the game. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's simple.
simple.
that's true.
What's up with Ben White? He's been on and off the entire season. Is Arteta preserving Ben White for Arsenal? Oh, damn. God damn. God damn. Okay, the talks are that his wife gave birth. That is why he was not available for the match.
For
But
real?
in gen,
No, 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 no,
no,
no, no. That is an
completely wrong.
IT game. Yeah, that is an
Okay.
IT game. That is false.
Mm-hmm. Then I guess it's just that he's not fully fit. So why risk him and why to?
Yeah,
What
fair
what
enough.
Arteta said is that they both faced an issue, him and Marino, post the Ipswich game, hence they
Mm-hmm.
didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
But the Merino one looks like it's properly thought of, but the
Yeah,
White one you can never be sure of because that guy is
yeah.
injury prone. So,
Ah, wait. Ben White is not injury prone, is he?
I
He
mean, since his surgery, he is.
Ah, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
he
that's true.
hasn't
injury prone. I
even
think
looked
he's
for
just not
fifty
fully fit.
Yeah,
percent.
he's picking
He
up
hasn't even
minor
looked
injuries.
50% of his usual self.
He's not fully
Mm-hmm.
fit. Yeah, that's all.
True, true. We'll talk a little about the UCL semi-final games. Uh, Before we go there, Arush, do you want to stay or do you have to go?
No, I might have to leave. Bro.
Okay, you might. Wait, what do you mean you might have?
What are you discussing?
We will talk a little about the Barca Inter match, and we'll talk a little about the uh, Arsenal
Okay,
versus
I
PSG
think
game.
I'll leave.
Really? Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool.
Bye, bye.
Okay,
Bye,
then.
guys.
Take care.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Take
Bye
care.
soon.
Bye bye. Bye.
We can
Okay.
just talk about the Barca Inter game.
Uh, to help us understand more about the Barca situation, let's add Ainsley. Ainsley, how are you?
Yo guys, what's up?
It's
How are you,
been a
man?
while. It has been a while. Oh yeah, it's perfect timing. Ainsley, a Barca fan comes in, and guess what is the first comment from Gary, a Madrid fan. Real Madrid wants the referees for the cup final to be replaced following the recent comments.
I mean,
Well,
uh,
yeah, Ainsley, this is for you and Gary. Go
I
ahead.
don't know, man. No, I mean, cup final, so they will have to come up with their strategy, don't they? They have to come
Hmm.
up with something to put pressure on us, and this is what they're trying to do. They did this against Arsenal, they're doing this
Hmm.
against us. And you know how RMTV is, man.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Headache, bro. There, anything they make, any news they'll put. Apparently, they made a statement saying in the game when this referee was there,
Hmm.
we Barcelona had 64% wins and they had only 30%,
Already.
30% or something. I was like, what is
Okay.
this rubbish? What is this?
Uh,
What am I reading? Like,
uh,
and that referee actually came out and he started crying and was in the media. There's like a proper
hmm.
video of it
Hmm.
because his son and all like they were harassed and all that because of all of this. They don't
What?
even care like about the human, bro. Yeah, yeah. That guy was
Oh,
called a robber and all. It seems a cheater, robber and all. They are children.
oh,
Wow.
okay.
Wow.
Sad, bro.
Gary said, Blakey, it's not certain that Madrid will play Eh? What?
What is this
Wait,
rubbish, bro?
wha- is this quite common?
Yeah,
Yeah,
You, you,
exactly. I want to know this. I actually want to know this.
but
I'm
Asal-
4 minutes ago, Fabrizio posted
no. Actually,
that they cancelled the training and all the press conferences and the club dinner before the final. Real Madrid. Yeah.
what club did? Who gives a shit? What reporting is
They
happening?
cancelled the training for the match. Yeah. And Real Madrid wants the referee to be replaced
wo-
following the
no.
recent comments, but the federation did not approve.
All I'll say, forfeit match. Let Barca win the Copa del Rey. Treble lives on, bro. The treble lives on.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh, uh, uh.
I
Inter
think
is
that
out of the treble.
Ah,
PSG are
yeah,
the only
interest.
team that can win a treble,
Mhm.
and we are the team that can win a
True, true,
treble.
true.
I think the referee will be replaced. I think the pressure will work. Yeah.
Bro,
What
But
this
is
is rubbish, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, it is rubbish,
petty?
but it will
This is
getting.
petty, man. I'm sorry. I cannot take that
No,
league
but
seriously.
honestly,
I haven't heard of one tactic coming out of La Liga. One
no, no, but
tactical talk.
but 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 to be honest, if before a match a referee comes and gives statements, any club would ask for the referee to be
Yes.
changed.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
any
but
club.
like those
Even
are like the
But
like
iconic.
came before
but
FA Cup final,
you got to
and
understand.
no, but Real Madrid have all the right to put a video criticizing a referee performance. They have the right to do that. But the referee doesn't make the.
Okay, yeah, they have the right, bro. Listen to me, okay?
Mm,
They have the right. I'm not saying no, they don't have the right, okay? But what I'm saying here is, if you have the right to do that based on evidence, whether you have proven that they're guilty. Have you proven that they're guilty? No. You're just making senseless videos on them.
no. The
How is
video
how
was
is it making sense?
Real Madrid made the video saying that these are the refereeing mistakes which happened in our game. Like they made a video on their RMTV channel, whatever. And then based on that video, what happened is that his son, the referee's son or whatever, when he went to school, people called his father whatever thief or something. So I
Yeah.
don't think the referee coming and making such. If Michael Oliver came and made such statements before FA Cup final, then and all Arsenal fans would say that replace him for the final, 100%. This is no doubt.
Yes.
So
Very,
Oh yeah, yeah. Now I get what you're saying. Now I get what you're
Mm,
very,
saying.
very.
Because like then that sentiments also come in. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
mm.
Very.
it's good business.
Exactly.
Obviously.
Yeah. Rashid says Lord Ter Stegen is back.
Yes. Now I got what you're saying.
Ainsley, Ainsley, Ter Stegen is back. Vamos.
He ain't starting, bro. He ain't
I
starting.
I don't like Real Madrid, but
Nah,
I
bro. This stuff one ain't starting.
mm,
Mm-hmm. Sachin says, is there a more entitled and a crybaby club
See,
than United? So
it's
much for being mentality monsters and serial winners, no
nah.
class
I agree.
whatsoever.
I
Bro.
concur.
they don't have class for sure. But
Uh-huh.
but what their point for the referee for me makes sense, to be very fair to me.
Huh.
Yeah.
But from an official channel.
Yeah, but like,
No,
come
but they,
on.
if Arsenal TV put a videos just criticizing the referees
Mm,
and something happened to the referees, okay,
mm,
I agree that's wrong from Arsenal TV. They shouldn't do
mm,
that. But
mm,
but then the referee coming before the match of the final, if he said after the final, also it
mm,
would be a problem. But still, you can say okay. But before
mm,
the final coming and saying, oh, this, so the 100% there'll be the suspicion that he's biased. No, 100% there'll
mm,
be suspicion.
I agree.
Yeah,
mm.
I
that's the
agree.
thing.
Yeah, but then
Ainsley?
you also got to understand that they have made videos on him, like just before the final. You could have made this video way long back. You could have made this video sometime back when you already knew the final was Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Yeah.
But referees,
Why
but
to
the
make the video then?
talking before a final is so weird. Like it never happens. Referee making a press conference. Like have you ever
Mm.
heard that? It's
I mean,
only saying that
maybe because Madrid
Yeah,
put out that video, they had to
this
be
is
called. He had
insane.
to be called up to the
official
press now.
statement comes from the federation. Na? A referee,
But
literally referee sitting in the conference.
but comical, bro. It
Ainsley.
is like this club. They will say one thing, and the whole
Mm.
world will be behind them. Like, oh yeah, you are right, bro. You are correct. What is this, bro?
No, I'm not. I 100% disagree with the
No, no,
video.
I'm not saying
No,
anything
no,
against you,
I
bro.
agree. I'm
I'm
saying
not
the
against you. I know. I get your point.
but the suspicion will be there. So it makes sense to me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gary says
Yeah,
ref change
I
over
agree to
Valerian.
that because like sentiment will come in, obviously.
The ref
Yeah.
will change. They won't. They
Mm.
won't. They won't forfeit the match for a referee. Yeah, that's
Nah,
the.
nah.
Yeah, it'd be
Man, they
stupid.
do that
It'd be
one.
stupid.
They won't do
Obviously,
that.
they won't forfeit that.
Inter can't
Yeah.
win treble by the
They
loss.
they
That's what
won't be
easily said.
like
Nah, nah, nah. Let us ask Ainsley about how he feels about the Inter game.
I think
wait a
bro is
minute.
having. Uh-huh.
I don't know. My internet is little bad.
No, no
You
worries, no
can't.
worries. Take it,
Can you
take
hear
it, we
me?
take it. Yeah, we can definitely hear you.
Okay. What you were saying?
Ainsley, if
Uh,
I didn't
if you're
hear.
having network
A
issue, if
little
you're having
noisy.
network issues, right? You can switch off your video and you can just talk to
yeah,
us
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
using the audio. No, that's completely fine.
Yeah.
If you're having network issues, this is also completely fine.
Okay. Fine. 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 Fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
Parth, ask your question.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are your thoughts on the Inter game? Because now I'm hearing that Inter is not it. Inter is pretty susceptible, and you have the tools to beat them comfortably.
Like before this game, I remember I had commented also in the chat that it's a 80-20% to Inter. But now it is a 50-50 man. This game is a pure 50-50 game. I am not
Yeah,
going to predict the score, first of all. I'm just going to say that over here. But this is a purely 50-50 game, man. Because
Uh,
Inter's defense is still very good. Let's not just count
mm,
them out because they lost the domestic cup.
mm,
And Barcelona's attack is still good, but they are missing
mm.
Lewandowski and Barley. But as per reports, Balde is going to be back for the game against Inter. So that is a
Okay.
positive for us. But
Mm,
going into this game, I think as a Barca fan, I'm little skeptical, obviously, and little nervous also for the game because like in the UCL we've always had like this notion where we play well sometimes the first leg and then lose the second leg or will not play well both the legs like that it is.
Yeah.
So how I see this game going, I think we can see we can definitely defeat Inter. I'm not going to sit here and be like it's Inter is some insane team that cannot be defeated or something. We can
mm,
defeat Inter, but I think for them also, I think Turam is missing.
mm. Yeah,
Missing as in
yeah.
like he will be playing, and
Mm,
Damian will be playing in place of Dumfries. I
mm,
guess both of them are injured for the first leg, so that also is in our favor. And if you look at this
okay.
tie from our
Mm,
perspective, it looks better.
mm,
Me
Yeah, I agree.
personally, but
mm,
then also we'll be playing Real Madrid, so there will be
mm,
like a mental block for us against Real Madrid also
mm,
Yeah.
already. To play against Real Madrid itself is going to be really difficult. And as for Inter, they will be playing Roma. So they are now out of the Coppa Italia.
mm.
The league and the UCL is like the only hope now to win.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they will obviously be focusing more on the league. So they'll have to play the whole squad against Roma,
Yeah.
and they'll have to get the win anyway because the level and points are in Napoli. So then again, if you see over there, it's again 50-50. So we
Ah,
can definitely win this leg, man. I feel like I am not the most confident, but yeah, like I said, 50-50.
Who
But
you're.
who in
talking
your
about the
opinion?
game that they lost
Mm,
AC
Uh,
Milan.
yeah. I just have a question. Who in your opinion
Pardon?
would be your
I
most?
couldn't.
Who in your opinion would be your most important player?
mm.
Obviously, you know the answer, bro.
Huh?
You know the
Huh?
answer. It's Pedri.
Ah,
Pedri.
okay, okay,
Okay.
okay. Pedri.
Obviously, you remove Pedri from this team.
Mm.
Yeah. Go on.
Hello,
I-
can you hear me?
yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah. The net is really bad.
Oh, it's fine. We
Yeah,
can
so
understand
as
you.
I was saying, like if you remove Pedri, yeah. So as I was saying, like if you remove Pedri from this team, the
Mm,
team is not going to function
mm,
whatsoever. Like this guy has been
Yeah.
the absolute best player for us. I know Lamin Jamal is definitely up there for us because
mm,
I think it's very difficult to replace a player like Lamin Jamal when it comes to final
mm,
third creativity and getting into goal scoring opportunities.
mm,
But
mm,
as like from a player perspective, so only person on a player perspective, I think is Pedri because he controls the entire midfield. He'll put in those important passes. He'll put in
mm,
goals for you. And actually, a stat came out recently about Pedri. He has the most ball recoveries in the whole of La Liga,
mm.
Mhm.
Fair
and
enough.
that is more than the player that comes next. The player that comes second, that is Mascara. And Mascara is, I think, a CDM. Pedri is not even a CDM. He has
Yeah. Yeah.
226 ball recoveries. And
Mm,
also, he's also set the record for the most ball recoveries in a single game. He did that against
mm,
Mallorca. So, I mean,
mm,
it's very easy to say that Pedri is the
mm,
best, for me, it's the best midfielder in the world. Best football player in the world, maybe. He's the most complete and the most, what do I say? Uh, I mean, he's very consistent with his games. He's not having a
mm.
bad game. Like even if Barca is
Right.
losing, Pedri is probably playing his best game. So that
Mm,
is the whole notion. I think Pedri is the most important player for us. Having Bande back, I think even Bande will be a very crucial player for us in this leg
ah, yeah.
because you see, ultimately we need to stretch out the defense.
Ah,
Defense is going to sit very rigidly. Very rigid. I knew it from the beginning. I've seen Inter against Bayern. They're very rigid.
mm,
I also think that this is just a fun fact. I don't know. Give me your opinions on this. But I feel like if in the Bayern game, if Davies
mm.
started, then I think Bayern may have even gone through
Fair enough.
because
Fair enough.
I
Davies is like
I
the
can
threat
agree
on
too.
that
Mm,
wing, and Damian
mm,
isn't that good.
mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm.
I agree.
That's why
Damian isn't that good. Davies
that
1v1
particular.
ability, amazing.
uh, Dan Musiala, they missed Davis more. That's what I felt when I saw that both those
Yes,
players were
yes.
injured.
Even
Yeah,
when
I feel
see,
Davis was more important than Musiala.
like when it comes to breaking down,
Huh.
when it comes to breaking down low blocks, fullbacks and wingers who spread out the pitch is very important ultimately.
Hmm.
In my opinion,
Hmm.
and this is what I've seen in La Liga also. These
Hmm.
wingers, especially like a Lamine Jamal, because
Hmm.
Lamine Jamal is like a winger who spread out the play and will make
Hmm.
space for others to run into the area. Same with
Hmm.
Balde.
Yeah.
So basically, what happens when we play, like when Barca play, when they attack,
Hmm.
Rafinha is not a winger. He's never been a
Hmm.
winger. He's just
Okay.
on paper a winger. Our main winger is Alejandro Balde. So what Balde does is he's a wing back basically. He will go
Hmm.
up
Yeah.
and will come back and defend also. That
Hmm.
is why Balde is very important. And
Hmm.
also for Rafinha to perform at the highest level, Balde is very important because
Hmm.
when like see the gaps that will eventually open when Balde makes his runs that are
Hmm.
filled in by Rafinha because he'll get into those gaps and he'll
Right.
just go and he'll shoot and score and then we have a
Hmm.
chance of winning from there.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, that is one thing. Another thing is I was going to say something at Balde. Yeah, I'll remember later. Remember something you were saying.
The connection.
So,
Hmm.
The connection is good.
the internet is very bad, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No worries. No worries.
But we could still make sense of what you were trying to say,
Yeah,
so
we
it's fine.
definitely did. Definitely did.
Ha ha
Uh,
ha.
we'll take in a few comments in the
No, no, I'm
meantime.
very
And
sorry, man. The internet is very bad.
It's fine,
it's
man.
not your fault. It's not
Yeah,
your fault, bro. You're putting on good points. It's all good only. No worry. In the meantime, we'll take in few comments. Okay. Uh, Gary, yeah. Gary is definitely talking about the the match that's going to happen tomorrow, assuming the Copa del Rey. Copa del Rey final referee, De Burgo, yeah, uh, cried, and VAR referee also said regarding the Real Madrid TV, you will see in coming days, we will make history with what? Which ref? Okay. See, now I get it why they want to change the referees. I completely get it. I didn't read the statement before. How are referees? What do you mean? See, if a manager came out and said this, it'll make sense because it's like encouraging the team. But a referee is coming out and saying that we'll make it more stricter, bro. Do you?
uh,
Yeah,
I love La Liga. I love La Liga.
it's better than Bollywood in my opinion presently. Real Madrid is considering not playing in the Copa del Rey final tomorrow unless the referee and VAR is
Crazy.
changed.
Crazy.
Gary, we'll do one thing, okay? Every day I'll have like a 20-minute stream.
bro.
In that, you put
Hello,
all your quotes. In that, we'll talk. That's how I'll know about La Liga. 20 minutes, just La Liga. La Liga news. Hi, Ainsley. Ainsley?
hello. Yeah, you can hear me.
Yeah, yeah, we can, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was going to say that these people literally want Florentino Perez to sit in the war room, bro. I'm telling you, this is the peak of the very beginning.
They want Fiorentina Perez to sit in the VAR. He's saying.
Ha, 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 ha. Yeah, how did you get all of this? How did you understand all of this? I didn't understand one word.
Exactly, man.
Mm.
Uh, Breaking news, Madrid lawyers are preparing a statement in which the club will demand
Honestly, the
and
referee is dumb. Honestly, to say
Yeah,
such
man. I mean, come on.
oh,
like
why, sir. Sir,
like
superstar,
I
bro.
I
just
would
say,
say
They
English
are out here killing people's careers, man.
bro. In England also this has happened so much with referees. They get frustrated,
Hmm.
but
David
if
Coot.
there are official statements that has to be come in a proper way. Like the
Hmm.
Yeah.
BCMO will come and defend the referees, and
Hmm.
if or use a propaganda, use Sky Sports or some like use something like that to
Hmm.
make protect the referees. Only the referees directly coming and saying it will obviously cause issues like this. Yeah,
Ha, ha, ha.
I'm actually grateful that we don't have to face Real Madrid again, man.
yeah, that is
I'm
true.
really happy. What is this?
If you, if you, wait, 1 second. Yeah. Huh. Okay.
Crazy.
Also, yeah, Sanchit, you guys are doing great content and the graphics will make it better. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sanchit.
We will
Okay,
be doing it
speaking
from next.
about graphics, right? The thing is, I took a 1 week subscription thing. It is free trial. That is why I took a 1 week thing. For you're able to see the background for this and all that, right?
Yeah.
But if I were to like actually take that paid version, it will cost me. uh, $34 a week, which is not sustainable as a student. If I was still making money as a student while working in campus, it would have been a different ball game, right?
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, right now we are
$34
doing this
for this man is crazy. Crazy
not
expensive.
even per month. It is per week.
Per
So yeah.
week. Nah, nah,
Mhm.
nah, nah, nah.
And also maybe that is the reason why you guys are able to see that we are streaming in 180p and not 720p for a change. I don't know if you guys can.
1080, man. What is 180p?
Hi.
What the fuck?
I
Bro,
mean 1080p. I mean 1080p. Yeah, yeah.
bro is going back
But
to the Middle Ages. Come on.
180.
ha. But yeah, yeah.
But
That's
we
what.
we
Mm,
will we will be improving our content from next season. We are
yep.
working on it.
This season, I mean, like what we have done now is to make sure that we are regular
From
and
Yeah.
we build a base so that people understand and like willing to come and participate with us. Hopefully next season we push on and do better things with recorded content as well. But yeah, coming back to the streams, Angel, you were saying?
yeah, yeah. No, I was saying like next season it may be coming home also. The PL,
What?
What is
What is coming home?
what is coming back?
the Premier League.
Premier League is coming back?
The
I'm
Premier
so
League
loud.
might be coming to Arsenal next season.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
inshallah, bro. Inshallah, bro.
No.
Uh, Rashi says both teams are facing the fatigue I back Inter to go through. Hmm. Barca defense is just not as solid. Even at full strength, teams have managed to go past them 70-30% to Inter as second leg is as San Siro.
Ooh.
Good
Yeah.
point.
Nice,
Good
nice
point.
point. Nice
Going
point.
back to San Siro is not easy.
Oh, wait. 1 point.
Yes, Italy, come on.
1 point I'll put forward over here.
Uh,
So this thing, what they all like, people have this notion, right, that Barca play a high line and all. People are
mm,
acting as if we're playing high line for the first season ever. We've been playing
Ha, ha,
Highline
ha,
for ages now.
ha,
uh.
ha.
We've
But
been playing
Nothing.
Highline for ages now.
No,
People
no,
are
no.
just noticing it now.
No, no. There is high line and there is half line. You guys are playing at half line. There's a huge difference.
no, and
When we
also
saw,
if
uh,
irrespective
Yeah,
of the
but that also,
defensive structure, many of the
mm,
Barca games I've watched, like
mm.
many La Liga opponents have been able to score on them. So
Yeah.
like they are good
It
at
all depends
outscoring
on
the
the. It all depends on the
yeah,
timing.
but
like if Inter
hmm,
keep it tight in the first
I mean,
leg.
if they play third man runs,
Mm.
Yeah, I
if
agree.
they play third man runs, then they are easily penetrable. Easily
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
penetrable.
100%.
It's not even like that difficult. It's all about third
Mm-hmm.
man runs like, against Barcelona.
That's but
But
the
I was
point is
saying like, yeah, we
yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead,
no, I
Angel.
was saying like that. I was saying this game is surely 50-50. 70-30 is like, I don't know, man. This is like too much, like, at this point.
I
So, I
think
mean,
50-50 this
Yeah.
game is
uh,
proper
that
50-50.
losing the match has skewed your perception a lot because apart from this 3-0, I think Inter
uh,
has been pretty solid in most of their games. Like they're a very difficult team to beat. Like even
Yeah, but then you got
and
to also see, right? But
I don't think that you have faced such a profile as Inter this season. Like
Ha,
that's the
I
thing.
agree.
So
I
agreed. That I
so
agree.
mm,
We
it
haven't
will.
faced a profile like Inter.
Hmm.
mm,
But
I
what I was going to say is that, like, when you look at the goals considered, right, in the league for both Barca and Inter in 2025, is the same amount of goals considered.
Hmm,
It's the
hmm,
same amount of goals considered. Like listen to that again. It's the same amount of goals considered. But they are calling goals. They are saying high line, weak defense. But for them, best defense.
because in
And
Champions League,
also like Inigo Martinez and Kubarsi have been really good.
I agree that Barca is not like the underdog in the tie. I don't agree with that, but
hmm,
Inter's defense in Champions League has been
Obviously.
very very good in the Champions
Yeah.
League. So
hmm, hmm,
I to call them the best defense is probably fair in the Champions League. Yeah,
hmm,
and
It's
also
just
Yeah,
just
it
kind
is fair.
of
It is fair. Totally
and also
agree.
Inter don't really concede goals like which are bad. Like you have to break them down. They don't give away
hmm,
the goals.
huh,
Like
hmm, hmm,
so, I think that's
it, a certain aspect of it, it all boils down to the perception that both the teams carry. Barcelona is actually seen as a team that thrives on high line and
hmm,
exposing a lot of space behind, and Inter
hmm,
is seen as a team that is, that plays as a five at the back with a more defensive structure. So it's all in
hmm,
the perception. Even for me as a neutral viewer, I'd view
Yes.
Inter's defense as better than yours because you guys try and play attacking football. Inter plays
hmm,
attacking football, but in a different way.
I,
hmm, hmm,
I see it in such a way that let's
Yeah.
who's
Like
which is more likely to break down defensively in a
Yeah,
high what is high octane match.
hmm,
The high
yeah,
line is more effective or more susceptible to be overturned like in
overcome.
compared to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Inter
yeah.
system. So in
hmm,
Yeah.
that way, if you see, if you are going to say
agree.
if one
Yeah,
leg
but
in
like
yeah, let me just finish. Yeah, in one of the in the first leg or second leg, if one of the teams you say, let's say a possibility that one of the teams is going to dominate the other team, I would say Inter is more likely to dominate because saying that Barca might be susceptible because of the high line and Inter has good runners. As you said, third man runs. Even Inter's third man runs are really good. Like
hmm,
the
hmm,
way the guys run from defense is pretty good.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say 70-30. I would agree 70-30 is a bit harsh. I would say 60% Inter just because the second leg is in that San Siro, which is a very difficult place to.
hmm,
Yeah.
hmm,
hmm.
Yep.
No, I was saying like third man runs from Inter, I was saying would affect us. I'm not saying from
hmm,
us,
Ah, I
from
Yeah.
was making the
Inter.
same point.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I was like a few. I mean, yesterday I was watching this video of this YouTuber called Chonky. I don't know if I know who is Vinayak. His name is, but he makes like really
hmm,
good videos on Barcelona. Is a Barcelona fan. So he made a
hmm,
video on the Inter and Milan game. Inter and
hmm,
Milan game. He made a video on it, and he was like, "This team is penetrable." And he
hmm,
put in like the third goal that Inter scored, right? The third goal that they scored is one of the nuances of Barcelona this season. As in,
Yeah.
like what Barcelona have done when they build up, they have
hmm,
always taken the inside diagonal
hmm,
route.
Ah,
So they
अच्छा,
always go on inside diagonal and they
I
build
get
up
it.
from there and go and score.
hmm,
I get the person who he's
And
talking about.
that's what
It's
Milan did.
Chonky.
Yeah. But that was my whole
Yeah, yeah,
point.
Chonky. Yeah.
Chonky. Yeah.
Are you going to give it like okay? Last week even you said it was around 70-30. I think or
hmm.
80-20. And are you going to suddenly put the odds 50-50 because of one bad Inter performance? That is my question to you. Uh,
No, I'm not putting the odds because of that reason. I'm actually
Hmm,
putting the odds like that because they are, let's be honest, their best attackers are Lautaro and Thuram when they play
hmm,
together. So if Thuram is not there, they will
good
have
point.
Anatrovic and Taremi.
Remy.
hmm, hmm,
They will have Anatrovic and Taremi. Yes, I know that. Taremi, yeah, I'm sorry. Taromi, I said. I'm sorry.
hmm,
That's
But
okay.
obviously, they will have those two as backup, and I think Joaquim Correa also will be there. But
hmm,
with Turam, we've seen the best version of Lautaro
Yeah.
because the
hmm,
link up
hmm,
play is exceptional. Second of
hmm,
all, not having Dumfries is also like a problem for them because when
Yeah.
you play from the wings, right, you need young, in my opinion at least, you need young players who are agile and can track back easily.
Okay.
mm,
At least in my team, I would have that kind of a winger or a fullback.
mm,
But with Damian, I don't see. Let's be honest, Damian is little like he's on the older side, right? He may be
Hmm.
mm,
having the experience and he may be good defensively, but he won't be able to run up and down the pitch, which Dumfries would able to do, in my
Hmm.
opinion. And I mean, I'm speaking from an opinion who hasn't watched Inter match. I haven't watched Inter match, but speaking
mm,
from last game only, I don't think so that he can run all that. So considering all that, and also then I'm considering the fact that their level, like I said, the level on points in the league.
with
They will
Napoli, yeah.
focus on the league also
Yeah.
because I don't think so they want to give up on the Scudetto. They want to
Obviously.
win
Mm,
the
mm,
Scudetto, and they're playing Roma, who Roma is sixth in the table.
mm,
They're sixth on the table, and they're also fighting
mm,
for top four position. So it's
mm,
going to be really tough for them to, uh,
100%.
it's like I said, mental block and everything. Considering all of
mm.
those factors, I'm saying 50-50.
Okay.
Fair
Fair.
enough.
Fair.
Good points.
And
I can
also for
Uh,
the fact that, uh,
mm,
for, also for the fact that Balde
mm,
is back, that is why I have a little more confidence. Because if Balde starts
okay.
that game, I'll be very confident.
Mm,
Let's be
mm,
like Gerard Martin, he ain't that good. And if we
mm,
start Gerard Martin, I feel like we'll have to change the whole formation only because of him.
mm, mm.
I agree.
Personally, I feel like that.
Yeah. I just
Fair enough.
feel that Barca has to take a good lead in the first leg. Otherwise,
Uh,
San Siro, I don't see Inter conceding too many. Yeah, that's it.
I mean, that's why this point
Hmm.
makes sense from last year.
On
Inter
this
showed too much
side,
respect to Bayern, can't do that.
Hmm.
I just
yeah.
think
So
Inter.
on this point, I would say like if Barca
Mm,
take a no, you were
No, go ahead. I wasn't saying anything.
no. I just think that I just think that
mm,
Barcelona they need to take a 2-0 lead at
mm.
least a
You know,
minimum 2-0 lead. If the score is 2-1, then I'm not like a 2-1 lead is like a 0-0 lead in my opinion. It's no
Yeah,
use. One goal can easily be scored.
mm,
But 2-0
that's
mm,
lead is
Fair enough.
at least
mm,
acceptable. Going into the
mm,
second, we can try to keep the game to 1-1 or
uh,
like 1-0, and then we can win the
mm,
leg.
mm.
That is my
Fair.
this leg
Yeah.
personally. Because playing at the San Siro with all the fans and all, it seems like
Mm,
it's a very tough game.
mm,
I just have to say one thing. I
yeah.
feel for Barca, Inter losing 3-0 is kind of a bad thing. I'll tell you why. What my opinion is. Because
Mm,
I think Inter has been humbled before the match. Like they would have gone
Yes.
if they were in a good like run of form. They would have gone with a bit of a like a bit of swagger in the match. But now they know
mm,
that they're
Good
able
point.
to be losing 3-0, so they will go with
mm,
even more defensive, like being more defensive solid, more
mm,
solid.
mm,
Good point. Yeah.
So
Good
I
point.
think they will not open up that much. So we'll see. I do think that it will be a very tight fixture. I think in both the semifinals, this semifinal is more likely to go to extra time or penalty shootout. Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah,
हाँ
okay.
yeah.
मतलब
So goalkeepers. Hey,
yeah.
Parth, goalkeeper.
I think
Yeah,
PSG is more likely to be decided within 180 minutes.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm.
PSG.
We'll take in few points. We'll take in few comments.
agreed. Agree to this. Yeah,
Okay, Gary still going up on this thing. Madrid are considering not going home and not
अरे
preparing
यार
stage.
You know what? I
Uh,
want Real Madrid to do it. Show the balls and do it. Yeah. Don't play the match. Yeah. Go.
Madrid have everything right, have
Yeah.
every right to do this.
They have
What?
every
You
right to do.
wanted them to bet and get screwed with the ref?
Yeah, it makes sense. No, the
You
suspicion is
are telling me Madrid getting screwed by referees. Madrid.
no, but the thing is, if you think about it,
Uh,
for me, it makes sense. If any
हाँ
referee,
Salman made that point earlier, right? So
see, no,
fair enough.
see, again, those referees making that statement, ha, will make history by making it more stricter. I completely agree that is out of line. I get that. But no, but a Madrid fan saying that, oh, we're going to get screwed by referees and them crying
Yeah,
about it is like,
that's true.
bro,
That is true.
what do you mean? I'll call Bayern
Again,
fan. They will shit on you. They'll bring receipts from like some the 90s or something. Will my God.
Both,
Uh,
Bro
honestly,
Dr.
called Vignesh.
Vivek. That's what my Bayern friend is him only.
honestly, both Spanish giants shouldn't complain much about referees.
Vignesh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I will say the truth because I have seen Barca in the late 2000s and early 2010s. I've seen the kind of decisions they used to get. I've seen Real Madrid's with in 2010s what decisions they got. So these two clubs are the only two clubs for me shouldn't complain about referees anytime. Like they should just
UEFA Lona and Real Madrid.
both of,
Real Madrid. Oh my
both
God.
of these clubs should just fight each other about referees. That's all. They shouldn't
Mm.
fight with other clubs. Yeah.
Arsenal wouldn't have like lost. I mean, wouldn't have
Yeah,
gotten a
but
red
also
card
that,
or
that is the most
no, no,
dumbest red card I've ever seen in my
not
life.
just at the final back in 2006, bro, against Barca
Yeah,
only.
that
We
much is
could not.
not.
The red card was not warranted. Then us conceding that goal by from Eto was not warranted. Yeah. Anyways,
That's it.
Dr. Vivek, how are you, sir? How are you? Weekend. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Parth. Okay. Congratulations.
Doctor Vivek, I'm seeing your vision. I'm seeing the vision.
Ah,
I'm seeing the keep
well,
your
this,
vision.
PBR.
I'm seeing it.
PBR.
Sanchit, I understand. Love the show regardless. Thank you so much, man.
He's a real G,
Wait,
man. He's a real G.
wait,
Yeah,
wait,
he's
wait,
not
wait,
better,
wait,
obviously.
wait. This Sanchit is different from this Sanchit?
Yeah.
Nah, same, man.
Or,
Same.
but why is the photo different?
Two
Array,
different.
Same Sanchit. Let's assume it.
Okay. Huh.
it is the same
It is two
sentence.
different. Yeah. Gary bro, Mahal pura wavy kar diya. Oh, it's the
Yeah, baby.
lyrics. It's the lyrics. Barcelona is playing with tactics what Man City played in FIFA 19. Fatigue comes at some point of time, but I hope they defeat Madrid.
FIFA 19 tactics.
FIFA 19.
What is this,
Ainsley
bro?
Fox.
FIFA
Insane pull.
19 and Oliver.
Insane pull. Yeah.
Only real FIFA players will know this, I guess.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
What I mean is they're not rotating much, I guess what he means.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, but Ainsley, so me,
But we
Ainsley said this
rotated like
point.
last
Huh.
game too.
When you
Trying
wrote,
to make sense of the statement.
Yeah, we
That's
rotated like last game also.
yeah.
you rotated against Dortmund and you almost crashed also. My God. But yeah, Ainsley made this
No,
point
no.
off camera
I'm saying
yesterday.
like
He
in the
said,
league.
in the league? Oh, in the league also. Okay.
They've made.
Yeah, in the league against Mallorca, we rotated almost half the squad.
Good.
Even that's the only game in Dortmund game. We actually
Hmm.
gave Kunde rest after 104 consecutive games. So I'm happy
Yeah,
about that.
it's crazy.
Hmm.
It was
Well, it
crazy.
was funny to see like how people are crying that how Kunde needs a break, and then he's out on the streets jogging and raining on. Bro,
Yeah,
man.
that was reportedly from the preseason. It was there was some preseason bro in
Acha,
US.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
of course, of course. But Ainsley made a nice point off camera. He said that yesterday on chat. He said that what the playing level is good enough, but what Barca could definitely do with is getting depth for next season. If they don't get like someone like a starting
Yeah,
material, at least like depth wise, if they get, they'll add more value, at least experience wise also. Yeah, I'll say. Sanchez, would you rather face Inter or Barca in the
Barca!
final?
Barca!
As an Arsenal fan, I want Barca. I don't want Inter, bro. I
Barca!
can't. I can't with this. I can't with it.
Don't care about this fans thing, that thing. I want Barca because I know we won't be beating Inter.
That's what I'm not talking about the fans. I'm talking from tactical wise also. Arsenal's kryptonite is Inter or
Give
Inter's
me
playing
Barca
style.
every day of the week, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
Do
please,
not
no,
want
not
to
no.
face.
I can't with.
Actually, Inter,
Inter versus Arsenal will be such a bad game to watch, bro. I don't think it will be entertaining at all. Like that
Nah,
game.
nah,
actually
nah.
Inter would also be out for.
I'm going to sit there.
Mm.
You're gonna sit there.
Pardon.
You're going to sit there. Finish the
Yeah, yeah.
sentence. Then what? You're going to sit there. Then what?
No, no. I'm gonna sit. It's the network, bro. I can't hear you all very properly.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
getting like
Yeah,
Uh,
blurred, like your voice.
Okay,
right,
okay.
right.
I just feel the Inter
Yeah,
versus
but like
No,
I was
wait,
saying, I
wait,
was
wait.
going to
Let
say,
him finish. He's going to sit there.
Oh,
Sit
I
there and
thought
then
he,
cut
I
it.
thought, okay, sorry, sorry, sorry. I didn't know.
Uh, you're going to sit there and then.
He just said there. Yeah.
Okay, again.
no, I was going to say that
Finish the sentence.
that hey, bro, I can't.
Uh,
You are going to sit there and.
There's a network delay, bro.
Haha, no
I'm
worries, no
gonna
worries.
till this scores and the game is gonna go into extra time and penalties. Is what I'm going to say.
Huh.
Because
Oh,
I feel like
fair
that
enough.
game will end 0-0.
okay, okay.
Fair enough.
I
Yeah.
just don't want Inter because Inter recently lost a final, so they'll be out for revenge if they reach the another
Hmm.
final. So,
Uh-huh. And that as well. Yeah.
so I don't want
Because
Inter.
in that final, I thought Inter were like so good. I thought Inter were like so good against City. And then City
I
came out of
remember I was
nowhere
a
and whooped
Bayern
that.
fan before being an Arsenal fan. I was a Bayern fan when I was like a young kid, and I
Hmm.
remember Inter beat Bayern in the final. So already Inter
Uh,
broke my heart once in the Champions League final. So I don't want it to happen again. I'd rather
hmm.
face Barca and take revenge for 2006. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
Barca suits our playstyle the most.
Lol, no, on my phone with a different account. Good. I hope you are subscribed from both accounts. Anyways, uh, the same question for Ainsley. Would you rather face Arsenal or PSG? Hmm.
Oh,
if
good, good
Arsenal was not
question.
there in my like if I didn't have bias for
I'd face
Arsenal,
PSG, bro.
Damn. I mean, yeah, fair enough. It makes
Oh,
sense. Why not?
makes sense, man,
no team
makes
would
Makes
want
sense.
sense.
to face Arsenal because of the defensive structure of
Hmm. Hmm. True.
We aren't a team that is,
seven.
I mean,
overrated
see,
defensively. We actually are very good defensively.
Hmm.
see,
Uh,
like if you are the best team in the world now, you should never have a
hmm.
problem facing any team. So I
Hmm.
would say if
Ah,
we reach the finals, any team will do.
Hmm.
fair enough.
True.
That's true.
F-
We even if we face
finals is all anyways a 50-50,
even if
man.
we face
Whoever
Inter,
turns up
instant.
on the day,
Mm.
whoever turns up on the
Uh,
day gets it. So, fine.
exactly. Like every final is like a derby game. Like form doesn't matter. On that day, who turns up, they're going to win.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Inter should have
Because,
won the last final they were in. They were so
huh,
unlucky to win.
true, true. So many things happened, man. Poor,
And
I mean,
Lukaku doing the Lukaku thing. Yeah.
yeah. Like I don't
Lukaku,
want to
what
blame
that guy.
Lukaku, but like the
He
way
should
that,
play for that match.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
should have
I mean,
scored.
this is
Yeah.
true, true. Rashid said Barca all day. I still have trauma from Martinelli spamming crosses in the infinity
Man,
game.
me
Ah,
and Sanchit had a long discussion on this game, man. It was almost as if Inter was like, okay, what more will you do, man? What more will you
mm,
What
do?
we did to
Other than
Real
spamming
Madrid,
crosses.
what Real Madrid we did to Real Madrid, they did to us in that game.
They
If you
hundred
want
mm,
percent.
to do
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you want,
yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
defend us. We'll just sit here.
mm,
Yeah.
And if you look at that game, Inter did not do anything. But
Yeah.
it was like, okay, if we
we'll
don't
take
do
penalty.
anything, we won't let you do anything.
Huh,
Simple.
huh. I think that game we didn't have Odegaard, if I'm not wrong. Did we?
Odegaard came in for 1 minute in the end.
Yeah.
Huh,
Yeah.
huh, huh. Yeah, that was like the worst Arsenal life. Like, wow.
The,
I think I was watching and I slept off, if I'm not wrong. Huh. That one time I was like watching in midday. On a midday, sorry, in the midday, I was
that
watching Arsenal and
game
I slept off.
so
Oh, but yeah,
crazy.
Dr. Vivek said defensive style, constant pressure
Constant
with
pressure.
35 depth, 90. What?
He's saying the FIFA 19 stats for when
He's
Oh,
describing the tactics on the game, and this
huh,
guy
huh,
is
huh.
incredible.
Hmm.
This guy is incredible.
Build up fast. Okay. I have no. Salman,
I
I think
get
you'll
it. I get
understand.
I,
it.
I got
I
what
have.
you're saying.
I'm able
These
to
are all
understand.
FIFA things you can
I'm
make
able
it
to
in.
understand.
Fair
Yeah, yeah.
enough. Fair
And
enough.
constant pressure, I kid you not, constant pressure is the worst style to face. Worst style to
Mm-hmm.
face.
Yeah, in FIFA.
Yeah.
But you play it
That,
at halftime. That's all. Yeah.
Ah.
Rashid says yes, but some teams stylistically and tactically counter
Tactically.
you. Leverkusen didn't put a foot wrong, but Atlanta
Ah,
did beat.
I agree.
Ah,
I
True.
agree. I agree.
That was
Hmm.
Lookman masterclass. That's all.
Hmm.
Ademola Lookman, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
That
that
was
penalty was.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe if we had Garcia, okay. I mean, would be shit to talk about it. But yeah, you know what? I think the stream has come to its natural end. Do we have? We'll wait for like 1 minute from the chat if they want to say any final words. In the meantime, we'll take final words from
Final
the panel.
words, man. This
No, for
guy
today's stream, for
keeps
today's
them
final
on
stream.
a guy keeps them on a gunpoint, man. And any final words?
No, I meant any concluding words. Any concluding words for the stream? Happy?
Concluding
Uh,
before I conclude your life. Yeah.
okay.
Any final
Uh,
words, bro?
I will start from Ainsley. Any concluding words before your Copa?
Nah.
Nothing? Okay. Since you said that you'll not make a prediction,
I'd say
right?
that
What is the scoreline you're predicting? Huh?
I'm saying a 2-1 Barca.
2-1
A
Barca.
2-1 Barca.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Guys, in the 6 concurrent viewers, actually do let us know what are your predictions for the final as well. Salu, any
I think
concluding
Real Madrid
words?
will break the duck of El Clasico in this match.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it will be 2-1 Real Madrid.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But
Parth?
I'll just imagine that I'm wearing an Arsenal jersey and I'll do the same thing I did for the Real Madrid games. God is great. Come on, you Gunners.
No. No, no,
you know,
what?
I'll tell you my honest reason why I gave my opinion is because I don't want Real Madrid to win personally. I hate Real Madrid after what they did against us. But
Oh no.
I just want to see the generational crash out of Barca fans if Real Madrid wins tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh,
So I just want
fails,
to see that.
fails.
Generational crash out.
Yeah, but after all the
I
what did
don't. I don't think so. There will be a generational crash out there.
after Real Madrid
Nah,
what they did drama today, and if they go and win tomorrow, then it will be 100%.
fails, man, fails.
But what drama did
Fails.
Barca fans do? It was
No,
already
I'm saying Real
Madrid.
Madrid did the
Yeah,
drama.
yeah.
After doing
Yeah.
all drama, they go and win the match. Then obviously you'll crash out.
Mm-hmm. But last time they did this much drama, they crashed out against Arsenal. So
No, if they are
maybe.
like
Go on,
if there are
go on.
like dodgy decisions over there, 100%.
Mm.
If they are like dodgy decisions,
It will be there.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a feeling they will be there. Like a last minute
Well,
penalty, you can think of it happening.
Yeah. Vinicius getting tripped by Pele. Yeah.
Vinicius, man, that guy, Favela Garnacho.
Yeah.
We have a
Some
few comments. Go on,
some ghost
Ainsley.
will come and push him and he will ask for penalties.
Hmm.
Some ghost will come and push him and he will ask for penalties, bro.
Uh, Dr. Vivek says finals are like most. Oh no! Oh no!
What?
I'm not.
And like most those beautiful girls who keep rejecting girls all their life, I and then
What?
one random day realize they'll end up alone and then gets the.
How does this make sense, bro?
It
I'll just
makes.
say one thing.
It didn't
I'll
make
just say
sense.
one thing. On what other stream does this happen? Tell me. This is the content you earn for.
I think
Hey, hello.
what he means is that
Uh,
in the final anything can happen. Some random team can also win. Like the unfancied team can also win. Yeah.
But
What is
where is it?
this?
See, that is because we know what we're trying to what Dr. Vivek is trying to say. But if somebody has read this sentence, how will anyone understand that? Where
There are many
like,
people like there
who
who
keep rejecting, I have no idea.
I just love Dr. Vivek.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Come on, you Gunners. Madrid 2-1. Okay, fair enough.
Fair.
By the
Yeah,
above
yeah. He
example.
puts
Finally
he
we have
puts
example.
UIJ when he wrote that.
What?
By the above example, I wanted to tell you all that the final might end up to anyone. And yeah, Parth,
Thank
any team that plays with constant pressure will dominate the first half and eat goals. Okay. Thanks for the explanation because I was genuinely lost. Because we have, bro, it makes no sense. This one didn't make any sense. Didn't make any sense in
I'll
my
just say
opinion.
one thing, man.
Hmm.
I passed a comment and somehow it wasn't the worst comment.
Moving on. Prathamesh, anyone planning to go for Arsenal friendlies in Singapore?
प्रथमेश
Well,
भाऊ प्रथमेश भाऊ मला पैसे देऊन द्या मी जातो मग मॅच बघायला ही इज अ महाराष्ट्रीयन आय एम गेसिंग
imagine you're not Marathi, right?
मला
Spirit.
मला पैसे देऊन द्या मी जातो आणि मग लिव्हरपूलची जर्सी घालून जाणार ठीक आहे
What?
He'll wear
What
I
would
wear the Liverpool jersey and go watch Arsenal
no, that
games.
that part I understood. But
no.
if Arsenal are playing in this thing, if Arsenal are playing in LA, there might be a road trip for the first time
If
in my
this
memory.
guy doesn't go, if this guy doesn't go, get him off. Get him off. I
Last
don't
time he
care.
went to Chelsea versus Wrexham. He's a
See,
fake fan.
wait,
Fraud,
wait,
fraud.
wait,
Get
Fraud
him out.
fan.
wait,
Yeah.
wait.
This guy, man.
Let me explain. Going to LA, the car would cost easily $400 for like 3 days. Right. Mind you, all of this, I'm still a student. Now I'm a graduate without any job. Right. So $400 for a car.
I,
The stay would cost me, since it is LA, the stay would cost me easily another 300. If I'm sharing with other people, that okay, per person 50. Something like that. So 300, 200, 500 just for that. Food. Food though, yeah,
see,
that'll go on its own
when you're
thing.
going to LA,
So
now you have to just go in the dicky and just sit there, like just sleep for
in this present world where people in trunks under somewhere and traveling and crossing stuff, they're getting. I hope you guys
You,
understand.
Yeah.
Sucheet, you have to create memories.
I live in LA,
And
Pesi big.
I envy this guy. I envy this guy.
Hey, Sanchit, we're
He
best friends.
literally,
Sanchit,
Nana,
we're best friends, bro.
this guy literally lives some blocks off from the Inter Miami Stadium or some stadium. Sorry, it isn't Inter Miami. It can't be Inter Miami. Nana, it can't be Inter Miami. I'm sorry. It is some stadium where Nana. Hold on. Corrected myself. I correct. Arey yaar.
We're in Little Miami, guys. Where is LA?
Hey, Galaxy.
Bro.
LA Galaxy. The team where Loris is playing currently. It isn't LA
LAFC,
Galaxy, but
LAFC.
LAFC.
Hmm.
It isn't
Only
LA
when
Galaxy.
Keiko and Lauris are playing there.
He lives a few blocks away from the stadium.
I think that's Dignity
Yeah,
Sports.
they even weekly push plays, bro.
If I'm not wrong,
There are what?
it's called Dignity Sports Park or something. That stadium.
Okay,
And
okay. But Sanchit,
he lives in
definitely,
LA, and
if it,
he lives in LA,
no,
and I was suggesting Inter Miami Stadium, and I love myself.
mhm. Sanchit, I don't live in LA, but I live, let's just say 6 to 7 hours away from LA.
So yeah,
I'm
you
not
know you
putting
can
it.
go. You have the living arrangement.
Ah,
See, it's
it can
done.
happen.
Just
It can
randomly
happen.
just knock on the door and then be like he'll be like, oh, who's this Telugu Garu simply coming to my home.
Oh my God. Dude is getting schooled by Pedri. Mbappe will have a shit penalty. One Matka goal from corner.
Matka goal.
What? The Matka? Wait, he said
One goal.
Matka, right?
What is Matka goal?
Wait,
Matka goal.
did I pronounce it wrong?
No.
Okay, thank God. I thought I pronounced it.
What is
No,
Matka
it
goal?
is Matka goal. He
What
means
is
like a
Matka?
fluke goal, bro.
Acha,
Fair enough.
Means like he means like a scrappy goal, like I think.
कितना लगता है सिंगापुर को and कब है?
कितने लगता है सिंगापुर को and कब है? Pre-season, if I'm not wrong. I'm not sure.
July.
July.
Yeah.
Are the matches in Singapore or are they in Hong Kong? I think it's in Hong Kong.
Singapore and Hong Kong. I'm not sure where.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Hong Kong, we have got the NLD. Right?
NLD is in Hong Kong.
Part this is for you.
अरे नहीं कुछ पैसा. I don't have any money on myself, man. I'm still searching for a job.
Part say, Bao, we should be asking from. Huh? True? Exactly.
He'll start Arsenal supporters club now. Yeah.
Our GoFundMe page will start.
Parth Bhaijan. Parth
By the way,
Bhaijan.
Parth Bhaijan, the CA, tell me why did settle government? Okay, I am not. We are not doing that. Parth should do a video explaining the finances. Huh? Do trust me? I thought of this. I'm not even kidding. I didn't approach Parth regarding this, but I was thinking that, we could actually make a video regarding
Arre,
this. But
Let's
I
start
guess it's a
football
thing for
club.
summer.
The football
just the fact that I'm a chartered accountant doesn't mean
This
I have idea about the finances involved.
Matlab, like if he gave you a sheet with all
this
the finances,
comment
you'll make sense out of it.
I'll be able to analyze it and all, but yeah.
this comment
Exactly.
it reminds me of financially dead Barca bro in 2020
Yeah,
lockdown.
yeah,
Everyone in the become CAs bro in
Ah, ha,
Barcelona
ha.
in like the Barcelona group. Everyone is a CA. Everyone is a CA bro that time.
yeah. I agree.
For you, only during that financial time. For us, every summer window, every winter window, we'll have chartered accountants, we'll have financiers, we'll assume, okay, so these many sales are happening. We'll forget that the owners want to take some money into their pocket. We're all like, this much we
And
sold, so this much is available for like
we
use. Like,
we talk about millions like they're nothing. Okay, sell KVR for 10 or 15. 15.
sell. Just sell. Oh my God. Uh, networking on, by
Nah
at
bro,
this
versus
point.
point.
Even I'm taking networking at
Yes.
any point in it. I'm even networking at Starbucks, right? So it doesn't really matter. As long as I'm going places physically, we are happy.
we should start our
Uh,
own show clubs. The football showdown club, football club.
yeah.
We should play
Matka
FIFA
is my boom.
club. Yeah.
Ah, see, for that I have to be a good FIFA player to even stream
Yeah,
FIFA.
that's
Ainsley,
what
But
I said.
hmm,
Ainsley knows that slang and I don't, man. This is
Matka is
shameful.
the Mumbai slang for shit or
This is
fluke. Fair
shameful.
enough. Prathamesh also say the same thing. Prathamesh just said, "Are you guys coming to Singapore?" and had derail, complete derail.
So
But
Liverpool,
okay.
Liverpool league title was Matka.
Prathamesh.
Matka league title.
We are not involved.
That's the new name for the league title of 2024 Matka league title.
Arey, you can make a video regarding that. You can take references from the Deloitte report, which they release every year. Fair enough.
We can.
Before taking that long 7 to 8 month gap, I almost wrote a script regarding the Chelsea Clear Lake finances and all that, and almost like broke down like what is amortization and all that stuff. Like I had like proper script and I wrote everything and I did some research as well. But then yeah, in a way, I'm glad I didn't make that video
Now
because.
that you're making these suggestions to us, man, we can
Hmm.
think of doing it in the summer.
Definitely, we can definitely do it. It will be new perspective, not just football, something from the financial side as well. So yeah, maybe the finance gurus will also come in and tune in. Who knows? For my guy Ainsley, I will support Barcelona tomorrow. Bury Madrid, bro. I want to see some rains and
And some storms of
some tears on
tears.
YouTube and Twitter
Man.
this Sunday. Okay. Well, we shouldn't pray too much for a downfall. You never know. Imagine Parth making a video explaining how every signing of Chelsea makes sense financially. The moment he makes sense out of it, right? Block.
Nah,
Y'all should make
Ron,
3 predictions and
do
have a
you
Good
do you
40.
idea.
think
This is a good
Huh?
idea. This
Huh?
we
coming
should
next
See,
level.
make three
so remember
predictions?
when we started that? So on December 6th, when
Uh-huh.
we restarted, right? Uh, I have a board with all that things there. But this board remained a board like this, right? I'll tell you, like I'm dead serious about it because it kind of made it more fun as well.
Let's do
I
this.
even
We can.
Uh,
We can definitely do that.
forfeit.
Uh, where is? I'll tell you why I was serious about it because I have. Okay, I don't think I have it here, but yeah, I did make a bunch of graphics also explaining, keeping track of all the points. So that was damn Ainsley. We'll miss you, Ainsley. Uh,
Ah.
yeah. Okay, we'll take two comments and we'll wrap it up. Cool. Or
Okay.
yeah, we'll take two. Yeah, but this is definitely on the agenda for next season because this season is just to make sure that we are consistent, turning up
Uh-huh.
and building up. Uh, let's just say a base,
No,
yeah, a
but we
community
can
that
just
will.
do it like something small for the semi-final predictions. Just something small if people want to see it for this season also. Yeah,
We'll do
Oh,
it in the
in
next
the
week
Monday stream
on
we'll do it.
oh,
LPSG.
Monday stream. Okay, definitely. Monday stream will
And
definitely
then
do that.
we'll do one thing that we each one of us will decide a forfeit, and then we'll
I
ask
mean,
the comments to tell which is the best one, and we'll do that too. Yeah.
fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Uh,
Cool.
all the viewers, you just have to contribute, man. We'll do anything for you guys.
Hey,
I'll
no,
do
no,
anything
no,
for you
don't do.
guys.
Hey.
I'll do.
Also, speaking of Monday, again, reminding it is going to be an insane stream. There's a very good chance it could become an extraordinarily insane stream if everything goes well. Stay tuned because, yeah, that's all I'm saying. Something is better than nothing, but
Matka,
don't we
Matka,
know that? Don't we know that? Don't
Matka
we know
FC.
that?
Matka FC. Yeah.
Okay, the guys that do data analytics for Clearlake came to my campus. I asked them
Wow.
about the work they've done. Wait, you are a student
And
as well?
he's aware about the finances. He even knows about the finances of our club and how it is run.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Mm-hmm. Bro, I left network so bad, not gonna lie. Fair enough. Thank you so
okay.
much for coming on. Guys, if you Monday may not be possible, definitely as we keep going on, make sure that I mean if you guys want to voice your opinion live on stream, do let us know. We'll bring you on, okay? Last two comments and then we have to wrap it up. If Chelsea, the kind of work they do felt good for not getting an interview. Sanchit, can we be choosers when this market is so shit? If Tottenham came
I,
today and said, "We want you to work for us," I will shamelessly go. I'm that desperate for a job. I'm not even kidding. Bro, the pain I have gone through last decade watching Arsenal, especially from 2016 to 21, has made me emotional and mentally so tough that I didn't cry at the climax of Sitara. I mean, also for a fact that you're a doctor, you can't get emotional. If you're getting emotional, I guess that is also a very wouldn't say a bad thing. It's just that you got to be stable, right? But yeah, we are always appreciating you putting in the time to come and watch our streams in spite of having a
100%.
long. Yeah.
100%.
Hmm.
Yes.
By the way, आप तीनों को लाख लाख बढ़िया
Road to
चारों
100k.
Pancho,
Road to
Pancho as
100k.
well. Pancho as actually Arush and Raja. By
Yes.
for 600 subs and plus for road to 100K starts today. Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Yes.
Will you wear a Spurs jersey to get?
he'll do it. I know he'll do it. Yeah.
He'll do it,
See,
man. He'll do it.
see. Now this might come out wrong. I'm not all about the money. I'm all about supporting my family's needs, right? So temporarily, I will wear a Spurs jersey on the first day of work and then burn it in hell. That is all I'm saying, and
Yes.
that is a good
Yes.
wrap to this session. Nice stream, 2.5 hours. We have hit 11 likes, probably 12. We do not know. It's fine. The big thing is that we are being consistent and the community has been
Yes.
really great in the chat as well. Thank you so much for everyone who has turned up. Thank you so much, uh, Rusty Bro, as well. Vivek, by coming in late as well. Thank you so much for all the concurrent viewers who've been there since the start. To the panel as well, Sallu, Parth, and Aarush, who was there for a long, long time. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Till then, we'll see you on Monday again. Insane? Could be absolutely insane. Pray for the best. Till then, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. Peace. Bye bye.